We're starting off high.
We can get
I
a
think
two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a foo-foo page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, welcome back
Welcome.
to Do Fools Agree. I am your host, Michael Reggie. As always, here with my main man, Clifford Jennings. How you doing tonight, Cliff?
I'm doing all right. Still breathing.
Still breathing?
Nope.
I mean, that's a good thing with all this corona going around. Shit.
Listen.
They canceling shit left and right around town, aren't they?
Right.
I got so many people that are upset about the Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Who
The Arnold. To get down.
Who
It's the
cares?
corona.
And are they? They're not canceling. They're just canceling.
They're canceling the expo and they're canceling
Right.
people being able to go.
They're doing that everywhere, though, right? Like in Italy,
No,
the
it's not-
soccer
it's
players
not
are
any-
playing with no audience.
It's not any different than anywhere else right now. But I think what's different, it's not even different. They're letting the competition go on. They're just not allowing anybody to watch it.
Right.
And if you win a fight and no one was there to see it, did it really happen?
But we have look at this. You know what I mean?
As you're looking at us here on a live stream here on YouTube
Right.
tonight, right?
There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, there are, and I tell you what. I mean, the biggest problem with all that is it's not the expo itself. I mean, it sucks for the smaller businesses that like sell
Right.
shit around there, and for the athletes that
Lose
want to
out
compete
on
in
this.
front of people.
Mhm.
It is the impact of the Columbus economy. It is estimated we have lost $30 million in terms of influx into like businesses around the short north and
Right.
what is it, Vets Memorial or wherever, or in the Expo Center, like, or the convention center, all that shit. The city has lost $30 million, and that's not necessarily like tax revenue and that kind of shit. That's the
Right.
businesses that reside in that area, and there are a lot of small businesses down there in the short north that depend on the Arnold every year to give them a boost.
All kinds of events. All kinds of events that come through.
Well, absolutely, and it's weird because it's not like they're canceling Blue Jackets games or keeping people from going to like NHL games. So why cancel? Is it just because it's a little bit more of an international affair? Like you can have people from anywhere that come and join?
I don't know. Maybe cold kills corona.
Well, I mean, if you listen to Trump, it's once it gets warm,
Oh, the warm will kill it.
the warm will kill the corona.
Okay, I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't track for somebody that believes corona is just a beer.
Right. I mean,
Coronavirus, it's gonna be great.
I've seen people catch it. I've seen people drop it. I don't know.
I thought that's what Cinco de Mayo was the coronavirus. That's what you get after Cinco de Mayo, right?
Speaking of corona,
Not going to be a sponsor of anybody anytime soon. I'll tell you that. That's my inadvertent thought for the week is the Corona the beer is hating this shit more than anybody else right now.
I bet.
They're not sponsoring shit right now.
But if they survive, if they make it through this, they're back on top. Because there's still those loyal Corona drinkers, and they're gonna be like stuck with us through everything.
You're not
with
wrong.
The Corona in there in a commercial.
Cervecita.
You see what they doing with the, what is that? Was it Dos Equis or something?
Dos Equis?
With the crying comedians and all kinds of...
Oh, I haven't seen that. All I remember about
man.
Dos Equis is the most interesting man in the world.
Right, they should have stuck with that.
They
Because I don't like the new shit. I could be confused. This could be a whole nother beer brand and I'm completely out. But I believe it's Dos Equis.
But Corona's getting the props right now, so fuck it.
Speaking of Corona, though, coronavirus is my inadvertent thought as well.
Ooh, we both had inadvertent thoughts around the coronavirus,
Correct. Great minds think alike, clearly.
Or fools think alike.
Clearly. So, okay. So, my idea, bear with me on this one, you know I'm somewhat of the conspiracy theorist.
A little bit.
Netflix is behind the coronavirus.
Oh, Netflix. So 2 weeks ago was the Chinese as population control. This week is Netflix.
Are they one and the same? Is that no?
Netflix, I'm pretty sure, is a U.S.-based company.
Okay. I'm sure they have.
Are they just doing it to get people to stay home and Netflix and chill?
No,
is that your thought?
No, because if you think about it, all this whole pandemic is Bird Box 2. Speak no evil. You get what I'm saying?
Did they do a Bird Box? Wait, is it Bird Box? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the first one they covered their eyes.
Bird Box.
Now they're covered. Listen, if the world reacts to a dog whistle, and half of us die out, I'm going to know something for sure. Because then it was see no evil, speak no evil. Don't hear it either now, you sons of bitches. But I swear, it's like it's the exact same plot.
Is the premise? Is that what you're telling me?
Right, you can't look. So don't breathe on anyone.
Wait, Don't Breathe is another franchise. Don't Breathe 2. That's what it is. It's Don't Breathe 2 coming out this weekend. One of the movies you wouldn't let us talk about.
Is that right?
I don't know that it's coming out this weekend, but it's coming out soon.
Was
if it's not
that
already
even one on the list?
It was.
Okay.
I just didn't mention it because I'm not a big... The only time I go to see horror movies is when my mom drags me to see horror movies. My mom loves horror movies, so
I'm not either.
Every once in a while we'll go catch some. And she loves, not only does she love horror movies, she loves like B movies. Like
the low budget ones?
Yeah, like the low budget, like they're not really scary, they're funny.
Right.
Every once in a while though, I'll tell you what, this brings me to a new inadvertent thought that I just had.
Okay.
So one night my mom and Shar I think she's out of town, and I think she's got Andrew with her, or maybe Andrew's already asleep. My mom and I decided to watch it's not What Lies Beneath, it's like As Above, So Below. It's a black and white horror movie.
Okay.
All right. It's trippy. It's not super scary. It's probably 2010s. So we watched this movie. My mom leaves.
Wait, 2010s is in 2000s?
Yeah.
But they did it in black and white?
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
It was interesting. And they did like a little bit of like kind of like the Sin City vibe, where except it wasn't as artistic as Sin City, with like a little bit of the red thrown in, that kind of shit.
Okay.
And so they did that, and we watched this movie. My mom leaves. I'm a little on edge, and I'm sitting downstairs playing video games, right? I'm sitting down in that main room playing video games, and all of a sudden, I hear a flutter, and I see this shadow go across my periphery. There's a fucking bird in the house. I don't know how this fucking thing got into the house. I don't know shit. This motherfucker comes into the house, is fluttering around, and I am
scream like a bitch.
I screamed like a bitch. My heart about stopped, and then it was just pounding for like the next 3 hours. Managed to get the bird out of the house pretty easily. And honestly, I don't know how he got in. Like, it's not like we have a lot of. First of all, I never have the windows open. My wife opens the windows. My wife was out of town. I definitely did not have any windows. I don't know how this fucker got in. And it's just, the movie ends. My mom leaves. About 15 minutes later, I'm playing video games trying to like come down from watching this horror movie. And all of a sudden out of my periphery, I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I bet you sat on that couch for about 5 minutes before you decided to
no doubt.
investigate.
No doubt. That is almost as good as the time. Another time. This is kind of a tangent off of that. Another animal in the house story. So I leave the house one morning because I leave before all the family's awake. Like my son goes to daycare about 5 seconds from where my wife works, right. So she takes him to school and all that. And he's actually staying home with my mom that day because it was either because school was closed or because he was sick. And so I'm leaving the house. I always leave the house when it's dark outside, no matter what time of year it is. Like I'm out before the sun's up because I go work out at work before work day. And I hear this like when I leave the house. And so I look around.
I don't know what.
And I think it was, I honestly just thought it was like a toy whose batteries was dying, right? So I leave the house. My mom is home with Andrew all day. And I come home. And the night's kind of wrapping up or whatever. My mom's starting to go home. We're getting ready for bed. And I hear the noise again. I look up. And you know how we have those big beams in the dining room?
Uh-huh.
Those big ones across the top? There is a fucking bat hanging off of the beams in the dining room. So, of course, I go get the broom. I'm like, all right, I can get him to kind of crawl onto the broom and get him out of the house. No, this motherfucker unfurls its wings. 2.5 foot wingspan.
No.
2.5 foot wingspan.
Oh, it's yours. This house is yours. You can have it.
I am like, what the fuck?
Count fucking Dracula.
Meanwhile, this motherfucker, this thing was home. First of all, we have 4 cats and a dog. Not one of them any help in this situation.
They like, that's none of my business.
My mom has been home with my son all day. All day. My mom has been home with my son.
Your mom's a shapeshifter.
Well, first of all,
that's the moral of the story.
Do you remember? You don't remember? Do you remember growing up?
Yeah, I do.
How my mom is a vampire. That's why she works for the Red Cross.
Listen.
That was always the joke. And you remember that picture that hangs in her living room, the black and white one? That looks just like her. My mom's a vampire. I love my mother, but she's a vampire.
I don't know that one. I'm thinking of the dude.
Oh, no.
Wasn't there an old dude in there?
Oh, yeah, there's that too. But right next to it, there's a old couple.
Oh, really?
And the older woman in that picture looked just like
I'm gonna have to check that out.
We're going to have to go to Rita's house after this.
I might need to check that out.
Man, no. And she's a vampire. That's why she was...
a shapeshifter. She was the bird. She was the bat. She was... Listen...
She's just fucking with me.
You Reggies.
You're not wrong.
Now.
You're not wrong.
Cut them both.
She wouldn't. I don't know if she counts as a Reggie. That's a different bloodline.
Right. You're right. Excuse me.
But you're not wrong. And I know my mom listens to the show, so Mom, I love you. I know you're a vampire. It's okay.
I love you too.
That's why you work for the Red Cross. That's why you did work for the Red Cross. I'm praying for you now that you're not there anymore since you retired. That you can still get that blood supply you need, and I'm glad you're moving away so that you can get the blood somewhere else.
Right. Listen, if we hear a random animal in the attic, we won't step on it. Scout sign.
Oh, man. So that was my in the moment inadvertent thought, Mr. Jennings.
That was pretty fly. That was pretty pop fly there. I appreciated that.
At some point, I'll come back to the show we went to tonight. We can talk about Miss Eliza Schlesinger and some of her bits.
Yeah, please. Well, don't give away the goods now.
I don't want to give them all away, but I'll give 1 or 2 away.
Okay. Now listen.
Well, for a hint. As we're leaving the show, I turned to Shar and I'm like, she was funnier before she got married. And this nice young black woman in front of me, she turns around, she's like, he's right.
I don't even know who she is, to be honest.
Dude, you gotta look her up on... Especially, not her latest special, but anything before that. Like, before the special where she starts talking about the fact she's getting married, she's hilarious. And she's a very physical comic for a female. Like, usually, women don't resort to, like, physical comedy.
Right.
She does. And it works. And maybe it's just that it's getting tired because she's been, like, I've watched her do it for so long, and so that's why I'm not as big a fan as I used to be. But... I honestly think she panders a lot to the middle-aged female demographic now.
Right. I mean, you got to go with what you know.
And when she was in her late 20s, early 30s, I could relate more than I can now that she's basically... It's not that she's bashing men, but she's definitely taking on a female's perspective and a female point of view.
Now I see. Now I see. Took your wife to see a feminist comedian and you're upset about it.
Well, here's the deal. It's not that I took her. This was her Christmas present to me.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Char.
And I turned to Shar when she got me the tickets. I'm like, I told you I didn't like her last special, which means I'm not gonna be a huge fan of this.
She's trying
night.
to drill something into your head.
Well,
are you a chauvinist?
No, she wanted to go.
Is there some misogyny going on?
No, and I'm sure. First of all, that's not me. Anybody that knows me knows that's not the case.
Stir the pot, Mr. Massage.
But I hear what you're saying. No, she honestly, I liked her before that last special, and I don't know whether she bought the tickets before the last special where I said I didn't like her that much anymore. Because the special before her last one, I was like, she's funny. She's funny. Right. And then she got engaged, and I think she got married between that special and this show tonight. Man, it just wasn't funny anymore.
I'm going to stay out of that one.
That's probably for the best.
Probably.
That's probably for the best.
Because I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know anything about that. But I've heard marriage zapped the life out of a few.
Right? You're not wrong.
I've heard that. But listen, one more before, because I'm so fucking sick of hearing about this corona. Before we move on.
Yeah.
Corona porn.
Wait, there's Corona porn?
Corona porn on Pornhub.
I haven't thought about looking this up.
Saw an article.
Oh, you saw an article.
Did my research.
Whatever. You know, you went to go type in that search bar and it just said coronavirus porn.
I mean,
and you were like,
what's intriguing?
Why not?
What's intriguing about
You went down the rabbit hole.
I didn't this time. This time it was solely for research purposes for the show.
Oh, it's just solely. That's it. It's just for research.
I mean, I got the gist of it in about 2 minutes.
So
what? That's
usually about how long it takes me too.
You're a fucking fool. Listen, but I mean, you know what you don't get?
What's that?
With Corona porn.
No.
Oral. There's no oral. You can count that out. No oral. Although
oh, man.
There was one. I'm assuming porn satire.
I'm glad we're getting this out of the way before our guest joins us tonight. Right. Although she would probably have something to say.
Listen, all I'm going to say is there was a scene with the mask and attempted oral. Do your research, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it like this?
Oh shit!
Two fools.
Oh
Two
man,
fools agree. We don't got a wide shot tonight, but
goodness gracious, that's hilarity, ladies and gentlemen. I think Schlesh should have paid to see you.
Right?
You might be on the road this evening.
You know?
I had to share that though. I thought that was the wildest thing I've heard all week. Corona porn.
Well, I feel like Corona porn would be a
what?
I mean, it has to be a thing.
Does it though?
It's what is it?
Does it have to be?
What is it? There's like the rules of the internet. I think it's rule 36 is if you've thought of it, there's a porn version of it.
Is that real?
Yes, I think it's either called rule 30. It's either 34 or 36. I never remember what it is. It's one, but that's like the rule of the internet. I'm gonna look it up right now because I think it's rule 34.
All I gotta say is I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of you deviants. Corona porn. There's no oral.
The 34th rule of the internet, which states that any object, character, or media franchise imaginable has porn. That's rule 34. So for those of you looking up or falling down the rabbit hole tonight.
Listen, it gets pretty deep, I guess is what he's saying. Moral of the story, it goes deep. It goes deep, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's generally what happens in porn. It goes deep.
I'm done.
Man, this is the most I've been on a roll in a long time. Yeah. Usually you're the funny one.
I'm gonna leave you to it. You hear what I'm saying?
But here's the problem: is I don't know where to go next.
We have topics. I don't even know if we have topics.
We had we had two topics outside of our guest. If she shows up, or if we've got some new artwork coming the way for the podcast. He might show up tonight too. The one who's doing the art for us.
Okay.
Over here, if you're looking at what Cliff's looking up here on this
I'm not.
Yellow piece of paper.
Listen, I'm just trying.
These are old rap lines. This is his book of rhymes, and he's using it as a fan.
Listen,
Cliff, I've always been a fan.
Don't ruin it, sir. Don't ruin the role. You're pitching a perfect game right now. Don't ruin it. Yeah. I just saved a homer for you, okay? I caught it on the wall. But we'll get there. I will tell you what I do want to go over before we get into these topics. What were the topics? I don't even know if I was made aware.
Well, there were two that I sent you.
I'm sorry.
Wanted to talk a little bit about the Democrat race because that actually tied into some of my inadvertent thoughts this week.
Okay. Didn't our guest want to be involved in that combo as well?
Probably. And then the other main topic was the Adesanya fight. And honestly, she's not a big fight fan.
Let's knock that out.
So that might have to be something that we go to next if you've got if you don't have anything else to go to right now.
I do have some things I want to go over definitely, but I wouldn't mind knocking out the Adesanya fight while
So Adesanya Romero. Listen. Romero, after there were fears that he wasn't going to be able to weigh in or make weight.
Well, I thought that's always the case with him. He's one of those. He's one of those weight hoarders,
right?
Which I don't mind, but those are also the same. They're trying to get rid of that. Like it can be dangerous. You know what I mean? It can be dangerous for somebody that walks around at 215 pounds to drop down to 170 and rehydrate in 24 hours, back up to 185, 190, and your opponent's still at 170 looking like this is a whole nother person in here.
So when I wrestled in high school, I was clearly like I came in as a freshman in high school at 225. Right. My body changed, but I left high school at 225, 235.
Right.
In between,
was that a shot?
My junior year, I went down to. I
don't think I was.
My junior year, I went down to 190, 189.
Oh, really?
And I almost got to
the wrestled at that weight?
I tried to. So I tried to. I don't remember what it's called. It's either
That's a malnourished Mike.
I've either certified or qualified at. I tried to qualify at 189. I got down to like 191 and stopped sweating. Even my mom, who. I love you, Mom, but she's giving me shit about my weight my whole life.
Right.
Even my mom was like, "You're too skinny at 190."
Right.
Now, 190 was also 100 pounds ago, so I could probably get somewhere in the middle. But
right.
Nah, man, I got down to 191, trying to get down to 189, and couldn't do it.
Listen.
And I tell you what, it is dangerous, and I've gotten to the point where, I've cut that kind of weight. High school, one of my worst situations as a football player. I was playing both ways in a scrimmage in the middle of the summer. I dropped 14 pounds in a matter of 2.5 hours.
What were you doing?
Water weight, playing both ways.
We got a guest in
the shit!
Hey, since when
shit!
Listen.
He's going to come into frame right over here somewhere, and I'm going to get the third camera going. This is my man, my main man.
Sir? How you doing? What's good?
You want to talk about high school athletics? You want to talk about college athletics? This is my man. He's about... Oh, no, he came back over to give me a high five. Oh, love it. Dab it up. Yo, we're going to get the... Cliff. You want to see up here on the computer on the screen? We got the three camera shot. The three camera shot.
He doing it. He doing it.
My man, Tony. What's going on? Are you still go by Tony?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to double check. Yeah, your leg's all fucked up on that TV tray. Don't let it mess you up.
Right.
What's going on, dude? Oh, wait. I gotta get your mic up. Hold on.
Look at you. Let's get right.
All right, give me a little bit.
Hey, what's good?
All right, you good.
All right.
We'll turn it up. All right, give me one more.
What's goody?
There we go. Live. Live and in person, Mr. Tony. Tony's a friend of mine from way back in high school. We played football together. I think we competed against each other a couple of times in college in track.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, no, he was a big time guy. I say a big time guy. He's about a foot shorter than me.
Now, time out. If we're saying competed, I know that you threw.
Yes, he was a thrower.
He's definitely not running. you didn't compete in any motion events dealing with this guy right here.
So I'll give you
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. No, Tony, great discus thrower, great hammer thrower.
Okay.
You were what, state placer in high school in discus?
Yeah, senior year. Yeah.
And then he was a big time hammer thrower, man.
Went to Kent State.
Can't read, can't write, Kent State.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
That's not right. That ain't right.
So many times.
I love him. He knows I love him.
Yeah,
It's all
right.
good.
Love, man.
But Tony's doing a little artwork for us. Hopefully we can debut here in the next month or so.
Yeah.
And maybe we get a few more likes on the podcast with some new art, and maybe use that in some of our advertising.
Art makes you want to click.
It does.
Yes,
it does. It absolutely does.
I don't
and that
click
was,
for words.
And I credit you for that. You were the one that was like, look, we got to do something with the artwork. Now I do think.
It was you.
We got to start
I
with.
was just saying that from a standpoint of looking at it, and I was just
You
thinking
right.
I wouldn't click on this if I was scrolling through podcasts. You know what I mean?
And the difference is right now. Let's face facts. Right now, we know we're only hitting up the people that know us.
Now, time out. I don't want to take anything away from the graphic that you threw together, though. I looked at it and I was kind of impressed as to how you just threw.
I mean, that was all freeware shit. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's fine. I'm not gonna say I wasn't impressed. I'm just saying from the ADD wild shit that goes on up here, as I'm scrolling, I'm not stopping for the words. You have to catch my eye with something, and then I'm like, oh.
I think what works for the logo that I threw together. I like the color scheme.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
think that green,
works.
black, and white, that works.
That is what works, and it holds sentimental value.
Right, and I think, generally speaking, we've seen some initial sketches from my man Tony over here, and I think they look good. I'm excited to be able to share them. Like I showed my wife, everybody, like people like it.
I was trying to find people to show, and I just don't.
You don't trust them?
No, it's not that I don't trust. I just don't. I'm not around enough. People.
You don't want to show it to people at work?
No, I don't. First of all, because that would be me having to explain it to you.
That's fair.
I don't have time for that. I just don't have time to do that.
Well, what's interesting, I've actually got
I might not want you to listen. You know what I mean?
That's my big thing is I've said it to a couple of people that I know I'm cool with, that I'm not worried about.
Right.
I'm not necessarily sharing it with the people that report to me.
Right. Don't get me wrong. And luckily, I don't have anyone that reports to me.
So there you go.
And I don't give a fuck.
Right. Well, we talked about.
But at the same time, I
think we talked about this last week where I said,
in front of the bus.
Who has more to lose acting a fool on this podcast?
Oh, that's always going to be you, sir.
First, I am much more probably a target for I don't know.
For what?
Just in general, just because one, the coaching side.
Yeah,
they're always looking for you to say something foolish, and Tony knows this because you're still coaching, right?
Yeah, I'm coaching at St. Charles right now.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So he took my job.
I gotta be. I gotta handle with care with this one. Not only is he a coach, he's a Catholic coach. So, right. Okay.
No, I actually when
the Catholics they can deal with it. They've been through it.
The first time I walked away. The first time I walked away from SC, I said, you guys should call Tony. And then they never invited me back. Actually, they did invite me back, and then they withdrew the offer the same week. Yeah.
They told me about
yeah. It's all good.
That was all.
No, and I honestly, you're the best option. Like, first of all, you're a better thrower than I ever was.
I got a point about that though, because you were a dual sport athlete in college.
I was, but
Pack that on to academics as well. It's like that's a lot.
I appreciate it. You're a better thrower. Always were. Always have been. But you were the only person that I could see taking that job, and I'd be okay with it. So I was.
You
good
D-line coach?
No, we're talking throwing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Track.
Well, my barber school didn't have a track team. Otherwise, I'd have been a collegiate all-state athlete.
I came through and I let you cut my hair when you were in barber school.
Listen, but they don't test your time.
You're right.
If they did, I'm sure some records would come. Nah, I have to shout out my guy Hale. He was the 3 strokes of the clippers and you're out of his
Done.
chair, boy.
Wow. Man.
He was fresh though. He was fresh too.
Oh, what we got going on?
We were talking about the Izzy Adesanya and
Yo, talk Adesanya. I gotta double check a little bit of lighting and just make sure the stream's still going. So
Handle your
I'm gonna put
business.
the camera on you and we'll go from there.
Are you a UFC fan, Tony?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Seen a couple fights though.
Are you familiar with Izzy Adesanya?
No.
Listen, he's
Give me the scoop.
he's a up and comer right now. He's
Okay.
definitely interesting. We were just talking his fight coming up tomorrow. He has a fight with this guy named Yoel Romero, somebody that nobody has accepted a fight with him for the past 2 years or so. He couldn't get a fight for like 2 years because nobody wanted to fight him. He says he wants to fight everybody. I was just about to say to Mike that I think this is his toughest test yet. But then when you look at his resume, it's like, well, that was what you said last fight, in the fight before that, and the fight before that. So at this point, it's kind of like, how do you bet against him? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't see this being an easy fight for him by any means, but how can you bet against a guy like that? Like, I wish we had, we couldn't do that anyway. We couldn't show video on the podcast.
No.
We need to add, we need to throw some links in there
We can.
to the trailer. I mean, free pub for the fight tomorrow. It's definitely gonna be a good one. I was actually wondering. I'm not a big UFC guy.
Mhm.
I do follow. I get excited for certain fights, but this is one of them that I've been calling around trying to see who's showing. Where am I gonna watch it at?
Yeah.
This one will definitely get me out the house most likely to see
Okay.
this one.
That's good.
Especially because I'm a Yoel Romero fan as well, and like I said, you get to see him fight once every shooting star because nobody wants to fight him.
So it sounds like it's like one-sided fight, one-sided weight, and it's gonna go Yozel's people are gonna think he's gonna win.
I don't know. I mean, I think even though
He
see,
hasn't had a fight you said in the past couple of years.
right? That's what's odd is
Okay.
even though he's that big of a threat to people that people don't want to fight, the kid Izzy is still on top as far as the odds go.
Okay.
So, because I was actually looking into that gambling wise, I was like, let me see if I can, make a couple dollars off this.
Yeah.
No,
sure.
he's too far ahead that it wouldn't really make sense. I wouldn't even get my money back.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't double my money.
Gotcha.
If I bet 5, I wouldn't get 10. I'd probably get 7. So there's no point in making that bet.
Yeah.
I don't bet for fractions. But it is going to be a good fight. I'm trying to think of who's on the undercard. Who is on the undercard? I know too, and I just can't. It's not coming to mind. It is the Chinese fighter. She's a champion. She's the one that they made her leave the country because of the coronavirus.
What's her name?
Zhang or something like that.
I may have seen like randomly just on you. It popped up on my recommended videos, and I think she might have been on there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
She's fighting. Who is it? I don't think it's Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I think it's that's who she's fighting. And I think she lost her last couple, so this is supposed to be a comeback, see if she can still compete with the top dogs type fight. That's going to be an interesting one too, to be honest. Like I feel like just with those two cards alone, it's worth the money as far as the buy goes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. Like I said, I'm more of a boxing guy than a UFC guy, but I can't say that I'm not interested. I might try to ride somebody's coattail. Go to somebody's house who ordered it. I'll throw you a couple bucks and bring some beer, but I'm not paying $69.99 myself. I'll probably my old ass would be asleep before the main event anyway. I barely made it tonight, folks.
So does boxing get more views still, or is UFC like more of still?
You know what? That's views is that's a good question. Given the information that I have, I would say boxing would have more than the MMA.
Okay.
Just solely based off of the purses that the fighters leave with.
Gotcha.
So boxing, so you could be a name that nobody barely knows, and you could still get 1.5 for the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
UFC, on the other hand, some of those guys don't break a mil, and you know their name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like you got to get an incentive to the knockout or fight of the night just to get additional money on the book. So I would imagine, just based off of that information, it's a situation to me where I feel like the UFC is kind of perfect analogy. The UFC is a fast sorority girl.
That's pretty good, yeah.
And what?
Okay.
And then I would say boxing is the Mormon save it till marriage. Just because UFC is so focused on give them the best fights now, and that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate that about the UFC, but because you do that, you run out of interesting fights to have.
Yeah.
So you have them so much. It's a UFC event once a month, and if you're putting on the fights everybody wants to see, after a while we're gonna run out of matchups to have.
Yeah.
So you're giving it up very fast, like that sorority girl. Whereas that Mormon is like, I don't know. Yeah, you want to see Floyd and Pacquiao. How long did we wait to see Floyd and Pacquiao? We waited almost 10 years, it seemed like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it takes so long to put together the fights.
That's because Floyd was ducking Pacquiao.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, I can't put it past him, but I know that there's that drug test issue.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, Pacquiao didn't want to take a drug test, and I mean, let's be honest. I love Manny Pacquiao, but if you're coming up from featherweight all the way to middle that he fights at, you're not doing that without some sort of illegal supplements. Yeah. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. You can't go from 115 to fighting at 154 or 1. No, I think he may be 146. That's still a lot.
Yeah.
That's still a lot to jump up and putting on muscle. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So I could see why he didn't want to take that drug test. But I wouldn't doubt Floyd being a duck in there too. Floyd definitely is a smart guy, and he's gonna wait until he has the advantage before he takes it. Which once again leads to my point about the Mormon. You usually see a fighter, we'll wait until it's a big money fight. So we'll pit these two against each other for a year or two just to build it up before we give you the fight. Whereas the UFC will put on a marketing plan for a month or two, and then you get the big fight. And it's like, well, shit, what now?
Right.
You know
That's kind of how I felt about after the last one.
Especially after that
I actually didn't
Nate
see
Diaz Masvidal. It was like, well, okay. Well, then what's next?
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. This one's a good one. But once this is done, what's next? You know what I mean? It's a constant what's next. Like, where they would be making more money if they stalled it out a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, we know both of you want to fight each other, but we're going to give you a fight with him and you a fight with him all the while. We're going to stir shit up between you.
Yeah.
Leading up until that point. Then it's going to make for a little bit more on the pay-per-view side. Not saying that Dana White's stingy ass would pay his fighters anymore, though.
No, of course not.
But I feel like that's the difference between the two.
Yeah.
It gets on my nerves, though, when it comes to boxing. Speaking of boxing, I am in pain. I don't know Everybody can see me wincing. My elbow.
You get in the gym or what?
No, I just decided to throw the gloves on with the neighborhood kids. I mean, I had fun. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like too much roughhousing went on, but little did I know he won the war. Okay?
Shit.
I'm sore as fuck. I feel like I got tennis elbow. My shoulder's sore. I'm like,
man,
shit.
That's rough.
It
sucks getting old, doesn't it?
Listen.
Yo, I was telling Cliff the other day, so Andrew's big thing is he likes to ask me, he's like, Daddy, can we roughhouse? Which means we're going to go to the big bed, the king-size bed that I sleep in. And I'm going to throw him around, right? Like any good dad, I hit him with the professional wrestling move.
Right.
I call it
choke slam.
The choke slam. I hit him with the rock bottom. I hit him with power bombs, all that shit. My problem is that I taught him how to, when I punch,
to armbar you.
To armbar me, twist it, and I tell you what, he got me the other day. Woo, buddy.
Perfect.
Oh my God. I thought he was going to dislocate my elbow.
And kids don't know their strength.
No. And my son especially.
Right.
My son.
He's not a little guy.
He's what? He's almost 5.
He's not a little guy.
He's not little. He is a full 40 pounds, 42 pounds, whatever it is.
You tell him he has to get a job pretty soon?
Yeah, right, no doubt. I'm ready to kick him out like, dude.
And it's going to be on
real.
the farm, I'm telling you. He's about to be baling hay.
You are either going to be, putting on a uniform every day, or you're going to be doing something where you got some work to do.
He needs to be on the farm somewhere.
Although, don't get me wrong, he's a smart ass, too. I don't know where he gets that from.
My dad did that to my little brother. My dad made my little brother work at a farm for a year.
Did he?
I mean, listen, that gets you together. You come back in shape and with a better attitude. I'll tell you that.
Chris, how you feel about that, man? How
he
you
liked
feel about
it.
That? I bet he did.
Well,
what you mean? Well,
I don't know.
I hate it when you do that shit,
weather?
man.
Yeah, it was warm weather. It was warm weather, but no, I think I jumped the gun when I said he liked it. I think he dealt with it because he had to.
Right, and that's a good thing from especially kids these days.
Right,
being able to deal with shit instead of flipping out about
I just
shit
spoke
that's
too
out of their
soon.
control.
I don't think he quite liked it.
I got you.
He dealt with it though. He dealt with it, but yeah, no, he needs to be carrying hay and wheelbarrows up. Get him to listen. He's a hoss. You hear what I'm saying? Now you talk about
does he have a young one now? Your brother?
Oh, I was talking about Andrew.
Oh, my son. I hear you. Yeah, no, he's a hoss.
But my brother, he has a daughter. He has a little girl.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, she's a cutie pie.
That seems to run in the family.
Mm-hmm. She's a cutie pie. She's an asshole. That runs in the family as
That
well.
That too. No doubt. And guess what? They all get it honestly.
So we know she's ours, is what I'll say. We know she's one of us. But what were we talking about? The fight?
That's where we started.
Yeah, and then we just trailed off. I don't know where we trailed off. Or if we finished.
We might have.
But what did you think? We never got you. You were checking the
I was, and this
shit's
shit's all fucked up again. And next time, I'm just gonna disconnect the hardwire, and we'll have the shitty quality on the Wi-Fi stream that we've had in the past. So,
okay.
Whatever.
I wouldn't say it's shitty.
It's definitely better. The production quality video is better.
You're thinking from a tech support standpoint.
You're not wrong.
Thinking from I just watched this shit.
No, you're not wrong. And maybe when we take a break, I'll end the stream and restart it, and we'll see where we go. And we'll all edit the video and post. But you know me, I'm always a fan of a wrestler, right? And that's Romero's thing. He's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a brawler wrestler.
I was gonna ask you about that. Both of you guys actually.
Yeah.
So I guess I would say I'm not a huge fan of the UFC just because once they get to the ground, the groundwork, I'm like a novice pretty much. I don't understand.
That's because you never wrestled in high school, Tony.
That is very true. I had to focus on the studies, man.
Right.
But it's like, to me, like I kind of zone out a little bit once it gets to the groundwork.
So that's the equivalent of in boxing the runner.
Yeah,
when they're
probably
dancing around the ring instead of and at the same time, and I'm sure Mike could attest on the UFC side. I while I can understand with the casual viewer that's not entertaining.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to see just a straight up knockout because I'd be mad if I paid this much money to come in. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
See, would you though? Because I hear you. My whole point is that I want to see somebody finish the fight. Now, I love it. Like, my favorite thing is to see a fight end in a submission rather than a knockout. Oh,
really?
Okay.
Yeah.
That hurts. Then you can see the pain on their face when they
and
lose.
it is I could fuck you up so bad right now, I could break your fucking arm.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you going to tap? And every once in a
point.
long while, you'll see somebody that says, "No, I'm not going to."
You got to take this,
and they break their arm.
Take this with you.
But
take this arm with you, man.
Right?
Because I can't live with myself
for tapping.
Right? Take it with you.
Well, and that, I mean, it's funny because they translated that shit all over to professional wrestling back in the day, right? It was my favorite memory of a match was between The Rock and Mankind back in the day, and it was they recorded Mankind saying, "I quit," and it wasn't real when The Rock made him do it. Yeah,
the Mankind never
quit. Or how about when?
Now that's one thing I do remember about wrestling is
right.
that he was a nut.
Or how about when Steve Austin, rather than tapping out to Bret Hart, passed the fuck out? He quote unquote passed out from the pain because he was in a sharpshooter. I know that's not real, but like that means more to me than seeing somebody get caught by an offhand. Like when you tap, you are admitting you are the better man tonight. Like you are the man tonight. When you get knocked the fuck out from a punch you didn't see coming, I don't feel that way about that.
Okay, now I don't know, because I think I'm kind of leaning more towards the knockout.
I hear you. And my whole thing is, what did I say? I want to see somebody finish the fight. So it's not that I don't like knockouts. I think submissions are like the ultimate, I am the better man than you tonight.
See, I don't know if I agree just for the simple
fact I am so proud of you right now. Do you know why? Recognizing that you weren't in the mic.
Yep. I tried. Listen, this elbow, yo. Just picking that beer mug up. Man. I can't, and the thing was, I didn't stretch or anything.
How are you going to beat your shit tonight, man?
Well, I'm right-handed first and foremost.
Okay, so that'll help.
Right? How you not going to pass out when you get home?
That's first and foremost. I'll be all right, okay? But listen, I should have stretched it at least.
No doubt. Apparently. That's the most important thing as you get older, Mr. Jennings.
I see, and I never was big on stretching. That wasn't my thing.
I mean, I'm with you. I run. I either run or do the elliptical 4 days a week.
I don't think I've stretched in.
And I stretch maybe once a week.
I mean, I'm saying like even in football, all those years, I don't think I've stretched seriously.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like to the point of feeling like, ooh, I can feel that. You know what I mean? I usually just go through the motions like butterflies, okay. Yeah. Lean to one side.
Saigon squat.
Lean to that side. Like I don't really, but I'm not really doing it to be like, oh, I'm limber now because I'm just doing it because you told me I have to do this before I start running.
Yeah.
The fuck? But I will say, submission wise, I don't really see it as better man. It's just as simple as you can make that mistake. You made that mistake. You overcommitted on that shot.
I hear you.
And you gave me that arm.
I hear you.
Just as simple as your son catching you
That's
in
true.
that quick. That's your son.
You're not wrong.
Now, we're
You're
dealing
not wrong.
with professionals, so one overcommitment
and one
could
of my
lead
favorite,
to me having your neck.
And one of my favorite things of all time from MMA is Gracie versus Dan Severn. Mm-hmm. Dan Severn was a wrestler, and Dan Severn has Gracie in full mount. He's on top of him. He's going bam,
Isn't that
bam,
There she is.
bam, and he extends on one
The
punch.
queen of CBD.
Not even. Where am
The
I going?
queen! You are going right there to the fourth mic, sitting over
Yeah.
by Tony on the couch,
You got enough room?
and we'll see if I got to reframe the shot. Right now, I think we're all right. Melissa comes through with the CBD hot
Listen.
sauce. Hot sauce.
The lovely.
How funny is this?
How do you feel? How do you feel being here?
I feel it's like being home.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, can you do me a favor? Can you move the mic closer to you? And if I hold on, we're gonna adjust the mic. Oh nope, she got it. She got it.
Like
Yeah,
that?
she's.
Like, is that good?
I don't know.
I didn't hear
Listen,
it.
that's him. He's the producer,
Okay.
and I don't listen for
I
that.
said that already. But
I know.
All right, we're gonna.
How are
You guys keep the conversation going. I'm gonna go fix her mic.
Let him
Like-
do the
Yeah, I
production.
didn't know if we would or not
Yeah.
get headphones. Why don't we get headphones?
Listen, I wish you
First
did
of
have
all-
headphones. They make me sweat,
Why do you need them?
Everybody on.
so you can hear
It's more
the
so
vol.
that I can hear the volume.
Right.
I
Oh,
can
okay.
hear.
Right.
I don't know if I can
Yeah.
hear any of that.
There it is. That's probably better.
So close.
You gotta mouth the mic. You gotta kiss the mic, Melissa.
Listen, that's invasive. That's
So I can't like
invasive.
smoke or nothing. I can't like.
Listen, this isn't me.
I know. Okay, it's fine.
If it's a
It's fine. I'll just. Can I vape my?
Why
pen?
don't you
Vape
just?
my little vape pen?
Well,
Everyone's got a
listen.
little vape pen here. No.
Well, I got. Listen.
vape is fine.
Okay.
Vape is fine.
Thank you.
I'm
I
not
left
gonna.
mine at home. I didn't know the rules.
Right. What
Vape-
now you do for next time, sir?
Tony. So, are you still living close by? You're not still over on Broad Street, are you?
Still
Or are
there.
you still
Right.
there?
That.
Good for you.
Yeah.
How'd you work that shit out? Yeah, man, you should come by fucking every
Wait,
week.
wait. Was that your phone, sir?
No. Sorry.
It was
Me.
not. Oh,
you're fine.
Oh,
The guest is fine.
no,
The
no,
guest
that's
is
not how
fine.
it works.
The guest is
If
fine.
your phone goes off, while you're on camera, you have to read it. That's the rule.
Oh, okay. It's not bad.
Oh, well,
It
that's
says-
disappointing.
It's from my friend Dana, and it says, "I know."
Okay. What does she
Oh,
know?
it's too short. We gotta get another one.
Right, Dana,
Let's
do
get
it
down to
again.
that. Let's get to the bottom of that. What do you know, Dana?
we'll
Call
just-
in at.
We'll just come back to that.
Right.
We tried to get the call in going. It didn't work last
Oh,
time.
did
we
we do
tried
that?
It. We tried.
Was I here for that episode?
I said I've tried it.
Oh, okay. I thought you said we, and then I thought.
I mean, the royal we have
Oh,
tried
okay.
it, and
Okay, I get it.
I think we
Oh,
can
I
do
didn't
it
even
through
bring
Skype
a
if
drink.
we have a
What the hell am I
solid
doing?
fucking connection. She doesn't have a drink.
It's not a, come on.
That's okay.
Producer, production.
Go down.
Well, I mean,
no,
if
we have drinks up here. It's just a matter of does she need something
no,
to
I'm
drink
good.
it out of?
there's
No.
actually I don't know how clean that cup is. There's a cup over there.
Okay.
No.
You're welcome. As
We
well.
do have beer cans if you want them.
No, I
Y'all try that,
don't.
what's the-
Thank
Okay.
you. Should have brought
That's
that
the
fucking
well, I don't wanna.
whiskey up here.
It doesn't matter.
That's
That's
not
the
bad.
Brew Dogs, the Elvis juice.
I didn't think of that.
I don't know why
We'll,
they call it Elvis juice. I'm thinking because
We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do with the. What did you say?
I didn't even hear it. No.
I said I don't know why they call it Elvis juice. I'm thinking because it may get you so smacked you might want to marry your cousin.
Oh,
Can you
shit.
stop blowing wind into the microphone?
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah, I can.
Well, if I wasn't wearing these hot ass headphones,
If you were wearing the headphones, you could hear the fucking wind blowing into the goddamn
well,
microphone.
you can't have your cake and eat it too, Michael. God damn, I'm gonna pass out if I put both ears on.
Well, shit. What are we talking about? Where were we?
Silence.
Where were we? This is great radio. This is great radio. We're just gonna let the silence come through.
No, we didn't have really anything that we left off on. I think.
Oh,
Did we even
UFC.
introduce?
No.
correctly?
Oh, we did not.
Like,
oh,
did you get introduced?
I am.
I did.
What the
He
fuck?
did. He did. And I'm gonna fix the
Fired.
camera.
You're
So.
fired. You're fired.
Oh, am I?
Tony's
What are we
cool.
doing?
Thank you.
Fuck
Right,
you.
I'm out.
Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
This is a mistake. I'm out. Home? How?
Deuces.
It's home? Is because you feel like you're with Shar, or because
Yeah.
you're
but
not
let's-
from here?
No, not
Okay.
at all. Buffalo for life.
Buffalo Beefalo.
Beefalo.
See, I got it on the hat.
I've been to this house probably 6 years in a row now.
Oh,
Something
okay.
like that.
Well,
She's
Evan
been here
was
a lot.
3. Like
Okay.
we were here when Andrew was born. So did I come before?
That's
Andrew?
why.
I don't think I was
Okay.
here before Andrew was born. So yeah, and
Okay.
I've slept in this room. This is home.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
invading. We are invading her room here in the podcast. The podcast studio happens to be in our guest bedroom up in the attic. Hence the Citadel Studios that used to be when we used to record music.
That's because
There's been a lot of hot boxing in this room, is what I'm saying.
Listen, Smoke had nowhere to rise to, so nobody had shit to say.
It didn't bother anybody.
Open a window and add a chimney is all I'm saying.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Open a window, add a chimney. Speaking of chimneys.
Oh, speaking of chimneys, what do you got?
Oh, no, I was just going to properly introduce our
Oh.
Like,
So,
no,
welcome to the wonderful...
Tony's spitting out his drink. Like chimney.
Yo, we should have-
Right.
Oh, let me
Open
let me
the
just
window,
intro-
add a chimney. We're on the
intro.
roof. You know
We
what
should
I
have
mean?
guests on this show more often.
Listen,
Are
right.
you insinuating that I smoke a lot?
No, I didn't. I was just.
I mean,
Right
he's
to the
not.
table.
I will.
I didn't even,
I will just volunteer that.
I didn't even ask. Is it legal in New York?
No, well, not recreational. No.
Okay, so
We've got
The
recreational,
Bison
hopefully, on the
Botanics is
ballot.
CBD
Yes.
product.
CBD
Yeah.
Okay,
is,
right.
Yes,
Hopefully.
Bison Botanics represent.
right.
We
Oh,
love...
We're gonna get there. I
Oh
have
no!
some
Somebody,
questions.
somebody put the hot sauce on the camera for me. Who's got the
Right.
hot sauce? Put it up on the camera.
Hot like that.
Bang bang.
I don't think I'm close enough.
You're not close enough.
Yeah,
Give it to
pass
Cliff.
that.
Somebody pass it to Cliff. Cliff, put it up on the camera.
That's the hot sauce I told you guys.
This is
Swag.
the
Hot sauce in my
TH.
bag. Swag.
That is Dang Frank's.
Oh shit, that's 500
CBD.
milligrams.
Cliff is
Okay.
doing math. That's
CBD
impressive.
Let's see.
It's meant to do like one and done.
It says-
we made batches of wings for the Super Bowl and we use those.
It says each chicken wing will
Uh-huh.
have approximately 10 grams of CBD.
That's right.
So I would have to eat 100 of them.
Well, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I'm clowning.
Fun story. I once did a 100-wing challenge.
Did
eat 'em
you?
all?
Did you get it?
Here in
I
town?
got through it,
Yeah.
The whole
and
thing?
it was about the third quarter of the Ohio State-Texas game when Vince Young was playing.
Okay.
And if you remember
Following.
what happened in that game, Vince Young started making us look like bitches,
Right.
and I flipped the table.
Oh.
I'm not proud of it. Wing bones went everywhere. It was not a proud
Hey, you know,
moment.
you live life and you move on.
Listen. I don't even know if I would have shared that story. So, was it the alcohol or the chicken grease?
I actually don't
that
think I was.
riled you
I
up?
actually don't think I was that drunk. I think I was just that pissed off. This is back when I still cared about Ohio State football until Urban Meyer and
Alright,
whoever
we
else
cannot
became
keep
our
talk-
coach.
No, we're
since
not
then,
talking
so.
about fucking football. We're not talking about sports up here.
Okay.
That's why we got the
That's why, yeah.
No, we got the Adesanya. Well,
Are you-
that's why
are
we
you here
started
for
the
sports? I'm
Adesanya
sorry.
fight before she came up.
Oh, okay.
Right.
No, it's cool. We can't. I don't know anything about it though, and I'll just sit here and listen.
Okay, shorthand, I will say I'll give it Adesanya for the 4th round TKO.
I'm gonna hope for the upset, just to see a Romero upset
Okay.
Adesanya.
It's his last chance.
I actually think Adesanya is gonna win, but I wanna hope for the upset.
Listen, I think he's
Jason,
Thanos right now.
when you
What does
listen
that
to
even
this
mean?
tomorrow, I'm curious to hear your
Right.
thoughts.
After you told Cliff, after you told me that he hasn't had a fight, and you said what about
About 2 years. He couldn't get a fight for
I
like 2
kind of
years.
want to watch this fight now because
Right?
everyone's scared of him. To
Nobody wanted to fight him.
Yeah.
They call him the pit bull for a reason.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's something.
I'm pretty sure Dean's gonna watch this fight tomorrow.
Man,
Dean.
Dean's another
yeah, I
one we
do
should have
remember
on the
Dean.
show.
I do remember
I
Dean.
can let him know.
Tony and Dean should be regular guests. Like we
Listen,
should have them
we
every
make it
couple
happen.
of
The
weeks.
recurring. Yeah, we could do that.
I like the
recurring
fact we've
guest
got
spot.
our special guest with Melissa here from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Dean and Tony.
I like her more. She's prettier.
Thanks.
She is.
Sorry, Tony. It's not really
Props.
fair.
Oh no, it's fair.
I mean, I think
It is
Tony's
fair.
pretty.
it's fair.
You're all pretty. Like, I mean,
Love. I feel it.
good.
It sucks when you know you're the ugliest one in the room.
Oh, stop it, sir. Well, you're taken anyway, so shut the fuck up.
That's true. Well,
He's
that's
a-
why I'm ugly.
All right, because you can let go now. So we should be mad at you then. That we have to keep this
Does that
beauty
happen?
maintained.
Yeah, because once you're taken, it just all goes.
Yeah, we can let
downhill.
go.
It does. It all goes to shit.
You're able to let go. Now they love you for actual things in the.
Well, since we're not live right now, and I don't think Char will actually listen to this on the replay. 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Snitches get stitches.
2 years ago.
I am not a snitch. I just know she'll listen because she wants to see me.
She
on it.
thinks.
Right.
2 years ago, Char.
No.
Or
We've known each other since we were 8.
it's
But you
true.
guys have known each other since you were 4, right?
It was
3 or
either
4.
4 or 3. Yeah.
3 or 4.
It was.
Close
It was
enough.
pre-kindergarten. It was pre-kindergarten. No.
Wait,
So
go back
funny.
to
So funny story.
Funny story.
About 2 or 3 years ago, right before I got diagnosed with diabetes, I lost a shit ton of weight, and the woman who is reporting to me now, one of my direct reports, pulled me aside and she's like, "I have to ask you a personal question." She's like, "Did you get divorced?" Because I had lost all the weight, and because I had lost all the weight, because I had lost all the weight, and I wasn't wearing a wedding ring
shit.
animour
because it wouldn't
because it
fit.
didn't fit.
Okay.
Oh shit!
She pulled
is
me
a
aside, she's
Savage, ma'am, you're a fucking savage. Don't do that.
She was not
Don't do
asking.
that
She
again.
was not asking for her. She was asking me.
I
to
knew
set-
she wasn't asking
She
for
was
her.
asking to set
for
me
your
up with one
well-being.
of. She was asking me
okay.
to set me up with one of her friends.
That's what she wants you to think.
Shit,
Well,
right.
it's possible.
She was like, I
yeah,
want this
funny
motherfucker
story.
to die on me.
Funny
Let me
story.
ask him.
She's been married a couple of times,
Oh.
and all of her current
hilarious.
husband and at least one of her ex-husbands looks a lot like me. So
Oh,
I don't
well.
know.
Yeah, stop it. Stop
But
cheating
I
on
know
to
she
set
was
me up
asking
with a
me for
friend. That's
one
what
of
they
her
all
friends.
say.
She was setting me up with
Isn't that
one of
what
her
they- that's
friends.
what they all say.
She
I
was
have a
trying to
friend.
set me up with
That's
one of her
before.
I have
friends.
this friend.
Next thing you know, the friend will meet you at
I've been the
and
person
she's
that
the oh, you're the
had-
friend.
Oh, I have this friend. Like, I just did that a month
See,
ago.
Melissa's the friend.
And you were the friend.
I'm like, no, like, they're really great. Like, I have this friend, and then that didn't work.
Wah,
But, like,
wah,
no, they didn't
wah.
meet, but it was...
Because you were the friend.
I,
She was the fucking friend, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
goodness gracious.
The call's coming from inside the
The
house.
yes.
So, wait. We're gonna back up for a second.
Okay.
So everybody thinks the calls coming from inside the house is from a horror movie. No, it's from this house. It was 4 years. No, it was before Andrew was born. So it had to be 5 years ago on
shit.
New Year's Eve. 5 years ago on New Year's Eve, my buddy, and I think you actually know him, Anthony, Big Ant, Anthony Thompson.
Oh yeah. Was he?
He was here. He was here that night.
R.I.P.
Okay.
a real one.
Yeah, R.I.P. Love to you, man. I miss Ant. I
R.I.P.
actually
a
think
real one.
Big Ant would have been a great guest.
Man,
on here.
listen.
Yeah.
But Big Ant was here. We had the running joke in the house is that was the night that we had champagne skating in the kitchen.
What's that? That was
Oh yeah, when
Year's?
Ashley was here, it was New Year's. We had a lot of good fun in the kitchen. Or we had a lot of good fun. We had a New Year's Eve party here. Everybody got fucked up. At the end of the night, or this is well after the end of the night, after everybody had gone to bed, and there was a car sitting outside with music blaring, lights on, and nobody in it, and the car's running. And so I don't know who. Somebody called the cops. Cops show up at the house, and they're like, they come up, they knock on the door, they're like, bump, 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 bump.
Oh, the knock. We do the knock.
Bum 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 bum. Is there a Clifford Jennings in this house?
Needless to say, I was out the attic window.
No, Cliff is literally passed out on the couch right behind the front door. And they're like, well, the car that's out there is registered to a Clifford Jennings. Turns out our buddy Gordon had pulled the car in front of the house and I don't know exactly what happened because I was fucked up. I was well passed out at this point. They're like,
Let's just say
no,
the person home safe.
The car is registered to this address. The car that is out front with the music blaring is registered to this address.
Listen, awful. You're an awful storyteller. Awful storyteller.
I think he likes to hear himself talk.
I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's accurate.
Awful storyteller.
I know that they said the car is registered to this address.
That's absolutely correct. You're an awful storyteller.
Fuck you.
So listen, first of all, wasn't sleep. That's number one because.
Oh, I thought you were. Well, first of all, I was passed out, so this is all secondhand for me.
If I'm remembering correctly, is the one that called the police.
Oh,
because
did she
pointed out the car, and I said, Char, I got my thing upstairs. I can just go run out there and see if it's anybody, if it's an issue. Okay. And she was like, no, it's not.
Meanwhile, it was your car that was out there.
So we're waiting for the response as to who this is, and they come up to the door and they're like, the car's registered to the house. Is there a Clifford Jennings here? And I'm like, oh my gosh.
How did you not know it was your car? That's what I want to know.
Listen, I was drunk, and that's a good 50 yards away. I don't
know about 50 yards. Tony, I'm going to look at you because you know yardage because you're a track coach, a throws coach especially. How far is our front door to the street?
Listen,
20 feet.
It's
like
yards,
maybe that's a 40-foot throw, right? Like it's 10, 15 yards tops.
Stop it. That's like 50 yards away at 2 a.m.
You're not wrong, especially as much as we drank that night.
2 a.m. Okay, you got a point. 2 a.m.
Right.
Listen,
I'm just saying. I can't see that. I got to squint just to see the badge number of the cop I'm looking at. What did you say your name was, sir?
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Don't turn off that body cam. You would laugh at that, fucker.
You never let him turn off the body cam.
Never.
As soon as the body cam goes off, you know shit's about to go down.
Joyce Beatty passed the law. Shit.
Well, it's actually funny you bring up Joyce Beatty.
Oh, hell.
Is Joyce Beatty going to be reelected here in the OH7, OH13? I
don't give a fuck. I didn't know who she was till this year.
Really?
I'd never heard of it.
Have you seen all the ads from Morgan Harper?
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I would never down anybody. Handle your business, Miss Beatty. Hate your commercial on the radio. My name is Joyce Beatty. Like, why do you say your name like that? Your name is Joyce Beatty.
Joyce Beatty has made a lot of money off of
my
her
name
position.
is Joyce Beatty. And I can only imagine how her mouth must look when she says it, too. Joyce Beatty.
You're not wrong. You're not
I hate
wrong.
that. I hate it. I have a pet peeve. Every time it comes on the radio,
Clearly you
I have to turn it down.
So you and I have talked, and I know you're not
Clearly.
a big. I know you and I are. You're not a big politics fan, but
No, not at all.
Morgan Harper over Joyce Beatty. Morgan Harper.
Morgan Harper?
Morgan Harper is a.
Who are these people?
Right, listen.
I'm awful.
These are Ohio
Well, you're
representatives.
Buffalo.
So you
Okay.
should.
Oh,
So you
okay,
should.
okay.
They're representatives. They're not even senators.
Got it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we're not talking Buffalo.
Joyce Beatty has
I know,
been
Buffalo's
a
the coolest.
Ohio.
No, that's right.
You were there. We
Congress.
drank the bar out of their wedding, right?
Listen. Oh,
Uh-huh. Remember?
Yeah.
That's like the last time I saw you.
was it?
I think.
Well, yeah, because you
That
and
might
I.
be the last time I saw myself.
This could be true.
I lost
counts
myself.
as
I don't think myself came home from Buffalo. You might owe me a check.
Oh, shit.
I might work for Bison Botanics.
Hey, it's going really well. Like, it's growing. It's a
I'm glad to
really
hear it.
amazing thing that we're able to educate and bring that to the community and have hemp and CBD oil accessible to people who wouldn't be able to maybe have it.
Right.
And it's helping so many people.
So,
And that's all just subjective, you know. It's not like we can claim. Melissa can. I will claim till the day I die that cannabis heals.
right. And what do you have a story that you would like to share in terms of the healing powers of cannabis?
Well,
Only if you feel comfortable.
No, I mean, like, myself, maybe. Like, I use it for anxiety. I use it for sleep. I use it for pain. But I use a really unique profile. Like, I had to practice or just, I guess, try, experiment,
right.
eat everything, try everything, smoke everything. Oil, topicals, I use everything. But in doses that are specific for me. So I use CBD. I use a full spectrum. That's all the cannabinoids in the plant. And then CBD only specifically. And then, obviously, the good old Mary Jane.
Right. The marijuana.
Fuck Ohio.
Fuck Ohio.
Sorry.
Fuck Ohio.
Sorry. Should I not have said that?
I mean, at the
I
end
love
of the
Ohio,
day,
but I would like the laws to be different in New York and here. I would like the laws to be different everywhere and have
There's no reason why they shouldn't other than Big Pharma. So...
well, let's go ahead and transition to this
Right,
topic.
because I'm glad. So I would... This was a
By the
dual-
way, for the nobody that is still listening to the live stream, because the live stream got out.
It cut out. It didn't work out. I heard 190. Like something. Sorry,
fine.
Mom. 190.
Shit
I'm like,
happens.
And they cut it off like bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't even have a good logo.
Whatever.
How many times can we make Tony
Whatever.
spit out his drink tonight?
We will
That's
still
free.
we will still get the views tomorrow
Fuck
and
what
the
he's
day
talking about.
after and all that shit. But no, I think this is a good transition into the other topic. I do want to call out we're probably not going to take a break tonight, which is great.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I like the fact that we can transition right to it. So I think when we look at the topic of CBD, we're starting to hear a little bit from Melissa in terms of what.
I'd love to tell you more.
And I have some things prepared for you.
Look at you. Oh,
Okay.
Well, and I think that's what we should just go ahead,
Yeah,
jump into
jump
it,
in.
go
And
for
let's
it.
do it.
Were you gonna say something though? Were you gonna?
No, I was just trying to transition the conversation,
Definitely.
acknowledge
We're
we
in.
weren't
We're in
going to
it.
take a
Live chats,
break.
anyone?
Let's
Like,
go.
anyone got anything
I don't
to
dip
say?
my toe.
There's
even
no
though it's
live
questions.
chat
Oh, yeah,
tonight
that's right,
because the
that's right.
stream dumped out.
God
So
damn it.
let's
Okay.
go.
It's okay. We got podcast action.
You got
though.
questions?
We do, and
You
we
did your
get better.
research?
We get better views on the podcast.
Are you sure you don't need a drink?
I do, but I don't want.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
like a snob, and I don't
It's,
want the beer.
I will.
and
I will.
I'm weird, and I want.
I
either
will
whiskey
tap
or-
out real quick. I will go
Please
grab
do.
the whiskey and
On the
a
rocks,
cup for
please.
you. Yep. I'll be right back.
you.
Y'all run this shit.
For sure.
We're gonna
Yeah,
let the
two
3
for
camera
one.
views. Oh, you want that shit too?
That's what
I'll
I'm
bring.
saying.
I'll bring you a cup too. Actually, Tony.
I'll
Tony.
bring some liquor next time too.
Tony, while I'm leaving, if you want to come sit in this seat, you can do that or whatever. I will be right back. Y'all run this shit. I will go get. I'll go get drinks for everybody. I'm not mad. Let's do it.
Right. Let's do it.
this.
And by the
So-
way, if we go to a 3-hour show tonight,
we can't.
don't care.
Well,
Hey, listen,
My
I
sister
love
wants to go to sleep
all
at some point,
podcasts.
so-
I love 3-hour podcasts. I love long podcasts.
too.
It's
I'll
it's the
probably
best.
get a text from her saying, "When the fuck are you guys gonna be done?"
Check back in, run up, run down.
There is also
Wow.
a bottle in the fridge, Michael. Of
There's a what?
There's a bottle in the fridge on the bottom shelf in the door, and it says watermelon on it. Maybe bring that up too.
What actually is in that bottle, you don't want to know.
I mean, you might
So,
want to know.
Let's
but-
do this because I have a very specific purpose with my questionings.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to educate the masses, or at least the 3 people that listen to the podcast.
Okay.
Let's divert them away from big fucking pharma,
Yes.
the real enemy here.
So, what I know,
Mm-hmm.
what
Well, okay, let me
you
stop
know,
before
go
you
ahead.
even do that. Let
All
me see,
right.
because you may be about to answer a question
I'm okay.
that I already have here.
Oh,
So,
all right.
I would like you to tell me before we even get into your specific company.
Okay, I wasn't going to talk about my company. I
Well-
was just going to talk about what I know.
Well, no, we're going to talk about that
All right.
too, if you're open to it.
Okay.
You know, but first and foremost, I would like for you to use your knowledge to tell us what are 3 to 5 products that are generally sold in all dispensaries like legal, like around whether, because I mean I know the vape shop that I go to sells a lot of CBD products, but 3 to 5 products that could help dethrone big pharma that people don't know about. Whether that be CBD with melatonin to assist with sleep, or you know what I mean, things that like.
Okay, so let's back it up here a bit, because federal laws aren't really like compliant with a lot of things. Like, yes, CBD is legal, hemp is legal, but there can't be a claim to it helping with something.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So, like,
Big
Biosimilitics
pharma,
gets
okay.
real, like, and that's not even big pharma yet.
It's not?
That's like more on a state level and then a federal level, because we don't have federal regulations for food products or having edibles. Edibles is a huge healer
that makes
in
sense.
the right context,
That makes
or
sense.
also just for fun. But they can't regulate that yet, or XYZ. So then there's the I guess I want to back up to like methods of consumption, because then you go to flower, inhaling, smoking.
Right.
That's beneficial for a lot of things too, because it's quickest, but it can take a toll on your lungs. Some people don't even want to have that option. They don't want to do that. So then there's sublingual oils that you can take, these gnarly extracts from the cannabis plant, hemp side and marijuana side, and then you take that under your tongue, and it's like the second quickest method to get into your system and your bloodstream. And then what else? There's topicals, so the edibles, and
What's topicals for the people that aren't?
Yeah, that's a new one for me.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
should
like
have
the
brought my jar
lotions-
up here.
the
Michael, grab the
lotions that you
jar.
put on
It's
your
on the
joints.
table. I just put some on Char earlier. So that is, it can range from so it's anything on your skin. It could be a salve. We make a salve, but there could be a lip balm. There could be a bath bomb. Like, it's not really topical.
Right.
Kind of. You soak in it. I make bath bombs.
Oh, really?
And then,
Now,
and then like
listen.
cream, lotion. Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off,
You're good.
and bear with me
Okay.
because I'm from a different generation.
Are you? Like, aren't you my age? Like,
Right.
no,
But I'm
okay.
saying then what we have currently going on here, a generation where taking baths was considered feminine.
Oh.
Okay.
Just got into that though.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Taking
yeah.
baths.
Like
Okay.
bath bombs and all.
Not a bath bomb, but like I'll
Should've brought
put
you one.
like
Damn.
so.
Well, I only asked because my brother, he's really into like the bath bombs.
So my thing is like from
I'm
fighting
tired.
and all that, Epsom salt is my number one. So I'll put a whole lot of Epsom
nice.
I
salt
feel like
in my
that's a
bath.
necessity at our age. Like, you know, like.
Right,
I
right.
mean, are we all that old?
I mean, shit.
Wow.
33, 34.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I'm older than you, so fuck y'all. But-
Listen, and maybe you need some Epsom too.
I'm
Maybe,
good.
maybe the CBD is working so well
Maybe.
that
I
I
feel
might.
great, but
Maybe I could replace my Epsom with your CBD bath bomb.
Yeah.
that is a possibility.
All I'm getting at is that
Yes.
I would definitely be interested in that.
Alternative.
Right. You know what I
Just an
mean?
alternative. Plants can heal if people choose to.
I think they're the original healers.
They are, and then the government or whoever decided that they wanted to do what they want to do. fuck
Right.
People that are like that, but they banned all the plants that could heal, and like for
Because
if you go back before, so how many 200 years? How many years? Like, and then cannabis was the main plant.
Because how do you monetize something that you don't have a right to?
That's right. It's Earth's plant.
Right. And
How
even
do you
if you
lavender?
wanted to
Naturally.
say,
There's other peppermint. There's plants that heal in all parts of, I think, that world. But we are just on the cusp of knowing certain things, and all us weed smokers
shout out Dr.
understand
Sebi.
that we've had benefit from it.
Right.
It isn't just this it's not what it's the stigma of everyone
Right.
thinking it is.
Right.
But then you go on the hemp side, and that profile of the plant is completely not all different, but it's a different ratio of cannabinoids. So you're
Right.
getting
Okay.
CBD,
Thank you, sir.
cannabidiol. You're getting cannabigerol, CBG, CBV, CBN. There's like 100, 120
really?
of them in a hemp plant. And then they're strain specific, just like marijuana. So there are different ranges. Then our farm, is that for me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, thank you. There those profiles matter because what you're trying to heal.
Right,
so
right.
different cannabinoids can heal
Right.
can heal different things. But that goes back to like our endocannabinoid system. Do you guys know that we have that?
Yeah, I know that
Cool.
we are like the only species that are designed to
And
process
I think
marijuana in the dogs as well.
I don't think it's the THC part of it, but they can benefit from CBD too.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But I know we have like a actual
yes, we have
gland or
receptor-
something in our body that is made to process marijuana and
I don't
the
know about
different.
that. What's the gland?
I don't know. I was shout out
What's the gland?
I think he's making that shit up.
Listen, I'm a fool. I have no problem admitting me making it up. I want to say Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
I want to say.
All right, we'll have to research that.
Can't remember. I could have the answer for you next week if I'm reminded.
Oh.
Well, it's funny you bring up the Joe Rogan podcast. And I don't know where we were in the conversation. So
Endocannabinoid system.
all right. Well,
Different
that's
receptor,
CBDs,
CB1,
different-
it's obviously beyond me
All
at
the-
that point.
Right. Oh yeah, we're speaking Spanish,
We
but
could
I'm
all
glad.
take- Same
Topical
amount.
cannabis.
Yeah, we were
just
talking
like-
about different ways to get the CBD and the cannabinoids into your
That's
system.
new. I never heard of that one before.
So that's really
still-
nice for like joints, inflammation,
Right, I use it for
achy
my knee.
pains. Like I put it on my temples if I ever get a headache.
Oh, does it work like that too?
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
So here's the story about the salve. Shout out to Gina Benevento, who I've known since elementary
Shout
school.
out to Gina.
And then shout out to Justin Schultz, who is the owner of Bison Botanics.
Shout out
Schultz.
Justin.
Justin Schultz.
Keep those assholes
Char
tight.
and I have known him since we were like 7. I've known him forever. So he and Gina, who we were all in
Well,
elementary
when he's
school.
wait, can we pause real quick?
Yes.
When he's ready to expand to Columbus, I think we can look at
Yeah.
2 potential investors
Oh,
here,
Really?
right now,
Oh, okay.
tonight.
okay.
I'm
He
looking
said
at
tonight,
my
okay.
partner.
Duh. Like,
You can at least look at one potential investor.
No, I can't say
here
that.
in
I
Columbus.
I'm just.
so
So
the
I would be the
the
financial
story
investor.
of the salve goes back to Gina, and they developed something for her. Justin and Gina were cooking up salve and trying to find formulas to help the pain she was having from endometriosis. And she
Right.
won't mind me saying that because she is trying to help heal people too.
Right,
So
right,
we
right.
all kind of came
This
together. Well, Justin did, to come together and try to figure out how he could help his friends. And that is how the salve that we have is born. And maybe after the show, when we're downstairs, I have the jar downstairs, and if you guys want to try some, you can. It's really nice. Evan will. My 8-year-old says, "Oh, I have growing pains. Like, give me that salve." It is. I swear to God. And it's nice. Or if you've been dancing all night, put it on your feet. It's nice. And I swear by it. Nobody returns it. Nobody brings it back and says it doesn't work. So
So you give them the option to as well.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we want to help people.
Excuse me.
That is the bottom line. Like, I basically took everything that Justin and I had ever talked about, or all of our friends had ever talked about in his living room, and what we just want to help people. And I'm like, I hear what you're saying. And
I want to point
this
out
works.
that Tony just picked up the PH Frank's hot sauce.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed what did it say here? 500 milligrams, full spectrum.
In the
CBD.
whole bottle. In the whole bottle.
500 milligrams.
Yes. But that's like if you're making a double batch of wings or something. I will take that.
Because
and
she's
eat it on
Buffalo,
everything.
people. Because
Right.
she's Buffalo. That's what they do is make wings.
We do.
Listen.
We do.
I'm not mad at you for it.
No. So do you? Okay, I don't know where we kind of like diverged off a bunch of things. Do you want to try that hot sauce? Because we could.
I wouldn't.
Do we have a
right
hot
now?
wing? I mean, well, I would, but whatever. Or save it, and then next time be a guest on one of the next episodes. and
Right.
make-
And we'll make some fucking
And
hot
here's-
wings.
and if you don't, this is what we did. I
Okay,
cheated one
dude.
time, and we didn't have a way to make them, but we're like, we want to try this fucking hot sauce. So we ordered some from the restaurant
Plain,
down, and then just double,
That's
like,
not a
cook
bad
those
idea.
well
That's not a bad
done,
idea.
and then have them drop them on or whatever, and have them delivered, and you toss them up.
So, Melissa,
Yes. Also had a review from a Super Bowl party. Shout out to Ted Shred at 103.3 The Edge. He said and told me that he had used this as, like, he did a bunch of chicken wings for the Super Bowl and had different sauces and tried them.
And it took him 5 hours to get people out of his house.
Everybody liked that one the best. They're like, that
get the
one.
Fuck out! You
They were like,
lazy
"Oh,
bastard."
shut the fuck up and let me finish."
I'm sorry.
He's like, yeah, all the
She
guests
should be on
like,
all the time.
Right.
I know the guests like that one the best, and they didn't even know it had CBD in it.
There's multiples.
He had a party, so he did like
Oh,
wing sauce
okay.
from Buffalo, like all
Okay,
these
I
traditional
thought-
ones from Buffalo,
I
and
get
that. And then everyone liked that one. Whatever.
So-
He could have just been saying it, but he's my new friend at the Edge. So I've been making friends with all the people at the radio.
So
I know
fun
that's right.
fact. She said the Edge. The Reg just got an air fryer, which sounds like a
Oh, so
great
yeah, you
idea
guys
for
try
some
it next
CBD
time.
wings.
And then you shout out to me
Air
or
fryer,
text me,
listen,
and you guys can let me know how they taste.
I'm addicted to the air fryer now.
Yo, I have
don't have one of
associates at
those.
work
You don't?
that
No,
have
I'm addicted
have.
to the air fryer now.
Okay.
I tell you what, there were 3 or 4 women at work that were like, "You should really try it." Blah blah blah. And then one of my
addicted.
associates actually brought her air fryer in and let me borrow it for the weekend. That was a mistake.
Listen,
That was a mistake.
I'm addicted.
I bought one before I gave it back to her.
That's what I'm saying. I swear on everything I love. My sister is currently staying with me, has her air fryer. I said, listen, you have to let me know before you're leaving, like 30 days. I have to buy one.
Right.
Before you go, or I'm going to have a fucking problem. I have to have one. They're amazing.
Okay.
They're
I will
amazing.
take your word
Phenomenal.
for it.
Phenomenal.
They're amazing. Like, I thought it
So
was
you
going to
can
be
cook
like a
anything
fluke.
on this thing.
Yo,
You can cook a cake.
here's
on any-
here's
What?
I will
Cake
let
in
me
it. I've
let
seen
me
it
let me
done.
let me tell you.
Wait. Can I hear this? Like what?
You can cook a cake.
How?
Okay,
How?
you talk about the cake and then I'll talk about everything.
I don't know
we've done.
how
Yeah,
the
it
cake
is.
was cooked. I
You
know it was
ate
like
it?
one of those
You
dump.
ate the cake.
Uh-huh.
What?
What? It was great.
So I will
was
tell
great.
you from
It was
personal
great.
experience.
I bake
um,
cakes sometimes.
Melissa,
It was a
you
cake,
gave
an
us
air
you
fryer
gave us
cake.
your
crazy.
buffalo cauliflower
Oh yeah.
recipe.
Was it like
in
cauliflower bites? Like the hot
Yeah.
bites?
in an air fryer. Fucking phenomenal.
I bet.
So amazing.
I bet.
Oh, it's probably so much
We
better.
did fries, French fries, in an air fryer. Fucking phenomenal.
Listen, the air fryer is the truth.
We did garlic, garlic lemon pepper chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts with garlic, lemon pepper,
See, I need to
and
know
everything.
that.
Okay.
In the
I
air
don't
fryer. Fucking
Yeah, you can't miss.
phenomenal.
Is
The
it-
air fryer
Phenomenal!
can't
Is it frying it or does it come out like
No, I'll tell you
a
what.
chicken breast?
I
that's
will
cooked
tell
perfectly?
you
I don't get
that
it.
with the boneless skinless chicken breast, with the boneless skinless chicken breast, we seasoned it. It came out a little dry, but that was my fault.
Yeah,
like
if you overcook
I
it,
did
yeah.
Probably a minute or two too long in the air fryer.
Right. Yeah, if you overcook it, it could be a
But I
problem.
guarantee you, like
But-
we did the buffalo cauliflower in the air fryer. Oh my god.
You didn't bring
To
the other
answer
bottle.
your
It was,
question,
it
though,
was amazing.
if I'm giving somebody like a review that's never tried it, I would say it's almost like it's half baked, half fried,
Oh.
but more on the fried side.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Because it's not quite fried to what you would expect
Right.
in grease.
But
That could remind you
does-
more bakish, but it's
It's a
definitely
really good description.
a crispy.
Mm-hmm.
You won't get it from putting it in the oven.
Got it.
Like
Okay.
baked with the
agree with
crispy
what
outside.
you just said.
Do
Yes.
fools
With the-
agree? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we may have to give the all fours on that one.
Oh,
because,
how do we do that? I
listen.
guess I gotta get
Cheers. I'm just gonna
We
give
can
it
air
up.
cheers.
Air cheers.
Air bang, air cheers. There we go.
That was a listen,
I ain't playing around.
take it away.
No.
Take it away.
Well, go back to you. Did you get all of your questions answered, Tony, about the hot sauce
Oh.
and the topicals and
Yes, I did.
okay,
Yes.
good. And then
I didn't
Tony,
get mine.
speak into the microphone next
Clip.
time.
Sorry, yeah,
Right,
yes,
right.
I did. I
I'm
would
not-
love to
I'm-
try
I'm like
the
right back
topical.
here.
Well, I turned yours up. His I left kind of eh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he gypped
Am
you.
I like naturally?
You're
that kind
you're
of-
No, I
right
think you're
there.
good.
You're good.
Naturally-
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
loud?
cool,
No.
cool, yeah.
Well,
Is that what
you
he
know,
said? Is
First
that
of
what
all,
he said?
listen. When you have when you're doing a show like this,
This is quiet. This is my inside voice. This is why I asked
usually,
if that's what you said.
It's loud. You guys are loud.
you have somebody who is managing this shit for you. I am participating in the conversation and managing all this shit.
What do you mean? What are you managing? Managing what? Like the sound of shit?
Yes, managing like you.
So can
you all,
hear me?
You all
Can you hear me now?
I can. You all have not noticed.
No.
I'm adjusting volumes on both of you motherfuckers every time you talk.
Did not notice.
In that case, I would like to point out how much of a talent that is. To do
Right.
that.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it, Tony.
He's
Thank
not
you.
shit.
Because Cliff doesn't
He
appreciate
ain't
it.
shit.
Have you ever?
He ain't shit.
I don't know if you've watched the podcast. Cliff
I have.
does this shit right here. He's all over the
Okay,
place.
no, I have not watched it yet, but
How are you?
I have heard
How-
you mention this.
How
I've
are
heard
you
mention
doing?
this.
How are
What
you
do?
doing the artwork if you haven't watched us, motherfucker?
I haven't watched. Well, no, I mean,
you're
because
doing the artwork?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
He is. He's
So
a,
this is
he
studying
is a,
as well.
He is a
This is
phenomenal
studying.
graphic
Graphic
designer.
designer.
I'm gonna
I
take a
work with
picture
some
once
graphic
we're done.
designers.
Well,
That
no,
sounds
he's
fun.
here. He's here to get like an idea of
Right.
what the show actually looks like.
Right.
And I appreciate that. Like
I
He
feel,
could-
I
he-
feel
he could've just
honored
been
to
like,
be here for that. That's
that's
fun.
what I'm doing.
I don't want to wing this. I want to make sure this shit is dope.
Hey,
You don't want to.
I'm
I
not
want
mad at
this.
you.
I want this to blow up.
You don't wanna
especially
wing
especially
this.
after he, especially after he took more than a month to get back to us.
Listen.
Oh,
I know, and I have questions prepared for you as well. I know.
Oh, I love that you're prepared.
I know what it's like to be an artist. Sometimes you gotta feel it. Like
I'm
you can't
sorry. I got
right into shit.
other
Tony,
stuff I'm working on, too.
Tony, guess what?
What's up?
I still love you, man.
Oh, man, I
It's
love you
alright.
too, man. Nothing but love, man.
I get it. I get it. I'm in no rush, but just understand that people are clicking right by us every time we go
Well, we could be funnier. That would help.
Listen, that would help.
I think it just needs that like time
Honest-
and exposure.
Right, that's all.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sharing the
just
shit out of
bullshitting.
stuff.
Honestly,
Not that
if
that
the
matters,
stream
but-
wouldn't dump out every fucking 2 minutes, we probably
Why
wouldn't have
does
as
that
much an
happen?
issue either. It shouldn't.
It
That's
didn't
what I
happen
don't
before,
understand.
So I've been able to.
Back to Wi-Fi
So-
we go.
That's the problem. Is that I thought the hardwire connection would work,
Oh.
and I don't know.
You were
There's
wrong.
something. There's
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
There's something happening there that's not working, and
Yeah.
so we'll go back to a Wi-Fi connection where the video quality sucks.
Oh, okay.
It's not that it sucks. It's
Is there
just
any
not
way to improve
good.
that with Wi-Fi or no?
What's that?
Well, I thought
video
even
quality?
though if we did it on the
Who do we know that's a
Wi-Fi,
tech
like you
person?
said, we could still upload the recorded
Oh.
version.
No, we can still, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're still gonna upload the recorded version, but when we're on Wi-Fi, the video quality
glitches.
drops big time. It
glitches
does.
sometimes. Like you'll hear us talking, and the screen will freeze,
Yes.
and then it'll pick back up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shit like
Okay.
that. But it's not that big of a. He's
Well,
upset about that because he's anal about the
You're
tech
not wrong.
part of the shit.
You're
Let's
not
just
wrong.
get motherfuckers the content.
Well, and obviously, what I've learned is it would be better for us to have the shitty live stream quality and upload the real video after than it would be to try to get the live video the whole way.
Right.
That's
right,
what I've
right.
learned. And
Oh, were you trying that
yeah,
originally?
That's what I've been trying to do the last
Shoot for
week
the
or
stars,
two.
aim and land on the moon. I guess.
Right.
You know?
Right. And it's all good. I mean, at the end of the day, we will upload this video tonight. We will still have an HD quality video, and on Sunday we will have the podcast version, and all this shit will be fine.
I just think
It'll be
it's
fine
so
regardless.
funny to see all this stuff up here. Like
Right.
how much you've invested in it. It's not funny, but it is to me. I'm like, what? See, it's just great.
And
honestly-
honestly, at the end of the day, there's not that much that's been invested
Okay.
here. Like the cameras,
Maybe not.
the microphones we had from back in the studio days.
Right.
What does
Right.
that
So-
mean? What is
so-
back in the studio days?
That
What
we've
is
probably had microphones for like 12 years now, just sitting around.
Well,
just
because
sitting around? Did you guys
so
just like?
Cliff used to record music,
Oh.
and we used to do that
came
up
up
here.
with a
I
couple
didn't.
And
know
Mike
that.
missed me out on the Swedish
Before,
record
like,
deal.
was this like?
Oh,
Mike-
well, we got to go
Mike-
on this now.
I could have been a Swede.
Was
I could have been a Swede rocking out with my
Mike-
cock out in the.
So about
Mountains
3
somewhere.
about
Michael? what was this pre-Shar or post-Shar?
That's the problem. It was post-Shar.
Oh,
So
when
the
you were
music,
when-
the
okay.
music was recorded pre-Shar. When all this shit came through was post-Shar, and that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
Was that about 3 or 4 years? Or no, it wasn't 3 or 4. It was probably 2 or 3 years after we recorded a couple of hot tracks. I got messages from Swedish radio that said, "Oh, we really love this particular song. You should call us, and we want to put it on Swedish airwaves." And I didn't see it until about 60 days ago.
Wow. Speaking of, I don't know what you just said. Hot songs,
Bandcamp.
dope songs. What did you just say?
Basic.
Something about songs. But have you guys ever heard of the guys from Buffalo, Griselda? I'm not very familiar with them.
That name sounds
But-
familiar, but
They're just more than up and coming in the hip hop scene in Buffalo, but I guess got brought on by, I don't remember now. I'm so bad with everything.
Buffalo
I don't remember
hip-hop scene.
anything.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it sounds.
now
awful.
don't get me wrong. There's
There was it's like
one or two dudes that I know of that are in the Buffalo hip hop scene that are killing shit right now. Can't think of their names.
Really?
Though.
yeah,
There's two cats,
there's
right? Two of them.
there's this thing, and I'm
How do y'all motherfuckers know
'Cause
Buffalo hip hop?
I kind of randomly know about that for some. I think Dean put me on
It
them.
was probably Dean. It was
Probably
probably
Dean.
Dean. Where are you at,
Who's
motherfucker?
We went to high school. He
Awesome.
was my class.
okay. So you've known him for ever.
Oh,
I've also
Actually, that's
coached
so
with
funny.
Dean a couple of times.
Yeah, he coached with Dean a couple times.
Okay.
So I've known Reggie.
By the way, Dean,
Got
when
him.
we
Don't
talk
Don't
about
cut Tony
people we
off.
know-
What are you doing?
What we
I
say about Dean?
apologize. I'm gonna have
Not
to go
you.
to the gentleman's
you can
room.
run. You can run. No,
We're not
Dean.
breaking.
Dean
Need
is
to run to
somebody
the
that
gentleman's room.
you're good. No, Dean is
Totally cut you
a
off.
mutual friend of mine and Tony's.
Yeah.
He's in Tony's class.
Yeah.
Dean and I also coached together at Linden, and Dean also played football in
Washington,
Pennsylvania.
Jefferson,
He
yeah.
played at W&J.
Oh yeah, not too far from Carnegie Mellon.
Literally
That's cool.
like 20 minutes from me. When I was
Yeah.
dating a girl from W&J, I used to see Dean a lot.
Yo,
I just have to say that I think it's awesome to kind of be chilling with two of his longtime friends. Like Shar's, I've known her forever. So, and I have a big crew of, not big, I guess it's 5 friends, but that solid crew that I've known for ever, and that's not very often. That
It's
I
not.
think that
It's
happens.
not. It's not
So
the
that's
usual
cool
thing.
that you have long.
So
Stand-
I mean, I would say
friends.
no matter what, Reggie will always be a long time.
I love
friend.
it.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. He's
Tony,
great.
Tony, and I, we played ball together in high school. We
Mm-hmm.
also competed against each other in college,
Mm-hmm.
and he is one of probably 5 or 6 people that comes over when we do shit at the house, and we don't do shit at the house all that often. He was here. It's funny. Last week we did it wasn't quite a moment of silence, but we did a quiet salute to my buddy Shelby, and you were there the night that we were celebrating Shelby's dad when he passed away. So Tony is Tony's a good friend. So
Yeah.
I'm glad Tony's here tonight.
Yay.
I actually think Tony should be here more often. This motherfucker.
He's gonna come back.
Oh, I am
'cause you
definitely
guys
coming
are
back.
Are
gonna
you
more
coming
often.
back?
Yes,
You
I
gonna
am
do it?
definitely
You gonna
coming
do it?
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cheers to that, Tony.
you can be one of our regular guests.
I will be a
Tony.
Yes.
biannual? I come here once a year, so I could do this once a year.
You can
I
do
don't
it
know.
whenever you want.
Yeah, man, but I'm not always here.
I understand. I
So-
understand.
I wanted to say, I've known Reggie. He probably doesn't remember, but you came back to St. Catherine Green Wave,
Oh
a freshman
shit!
at St. Charles, and
St. Charles, yeah.
yeah, he came back. I didn't play with the Green Wave, St. Catherine Green Wave until 8th grade.
8th grade.
But
What
I
were
came
we
back
doing
to-
in 8th
I
grade?
came back to talk
You
to
guys
the,
were playing.
You came
football.
back to talk to us, and it's you were just one of the coaches was like, so share what high school football or just high school in general was like, and you did. You look actually kind of pissed off, and I was like, whoa, this guy looks pretty.
Because
aggressive.
generally, I just look pissed off. It's not- I don't mean
You look
to.
pretty scary. I was just like, man,
have
I don't know
Resting
if I
bitch
trust
face,
this guy.
Michael? Is that what?
That's
Well-
pretty much what it is. It is.
But no,
Tony,
he had
Tony
a-
doesn't want to say that, but yes.
I will say it for him.
But he had some very, very good things to say. You know, it was great.
Easy on that foam there, Reggie.
I think the foam is just fine. Like,
It's beautiful, but
Yeah.
I can start. If Booze is talking, me too.
hashtag me too.
Don't hashtag.
No,
Don't hashtag.
Tony,
No
I appreciate that. I
hashtag.
appreciate it.
Oh, another thing. One more thing.
Okay.
So
What was the first time? Wait, okay, you do your thing, and then I want to hear the first time you met Cliff.
Oh,
Continue.
okay. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So the other thing about Reggie is, again, one of the hardest workers I had ever seen, period. Like, senior in high school, this man hang cleaned, that was about 350 pounds,
I think it was
365 pounds.
I think it was 330, 340, but
All right.
thank
I'm
you.
trying to
I
pump it up,
appreciate it.
but
I
my bad.
appreciate you pumping it up.
That's
It was
highball.
him, and there was a baseball player. I think it was a baseball player.
Matt Selhorst.
Was he same class as you? Or
Yeah. He was,
Okay,
He was
yeah.
Yep.
so.
You're not wrong. You're keep the
These
story
two-
going. You're not wrong.
All right, I'll say the true weights. It was 345, honestly. 345. You guys, both of
It's
you
very
two.
specific.
Yeah,
and you know
I was,
it.
I saw,
Okay.
I was there. I was watching.
Well,
I
because
was
he
like,
was one of those people that wanted to see it go down the real way.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they were
Oh,
hand
so
cleaning
you had the perfect
345
form.
pounds, and let's see, Reggie got it. I think what was his name again?
Matt Selhorst.
Matt Selhorst. He attempted it. He got on this second or third try, but of course Matt Selhorst was a little lighter than Reggie at the time.
He was smaller than me.
Yeah,
no
he
doubt.
was. So I guess you could say that's more impressive for a hand clean. But anyway, just the fact that 345 pounds on the hand clean at the time, in my opinion, was very impressive. Like
Thank
I had
you.
never seen anything like that. So, just your dedication to the weights. Because he wanted to play college football,
Okay.
and of course he messed up his leg.
Yep.
All those kind of, he
Broken
still
leg, all that
persevered.
shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
persevered through all that stuff.
Damn.
Like during a football
I
practice.
never
He
played sports.
just giving him props because he
Yes,
got him a
I
job.
love him. I love him. He's
He
here.
got him
I
a
am-
job, so he was like, "Let me give him some props."
I didn't ever get Tony a job. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
I never got Tony a job.
No, it's the fact
So
that so we had this other guy that was he was a year above you. He played at Navy. He was a long snapper there.
Was it Overlander?
Yes, it was Overlander. So Reggie, after he tore your AC or no, what? You broke
I
your
broke
leg
my
and-
leg.
Oh, just broke
Yeah.
your leg straight up. Okay, broke his leg straight up.
Damn.
Overlander the year before that was it's kind of pussy. honestly.
Right, right.
But
It's
Reggie
okay.
broke his fucking leg.
By the way, I took Overlander's sister to prom.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty good.
Wait.
Kylie. You didn't
Oh,
know.
you know her.
Okay.
I don't think
no,
you met
I don't
her.
I was
think
about to say.
Okay, no.
But I did take Overlander's sister to prom.
Shout out to you, Overlander.
Kylie, you were
Shout out to you, Kylie.
such a sweet girl. Go ahead. Continue.
We'll have to find so you can listen to the podcast now. So, we're at practice. We're probably playing like one of the top schools in Columbus at the time of the upcoming week.
Right.
Reggie's coming off a broken leg with a brace on, and it's me and this other kid, Plank. We're double teaming him for scouts.
Right.
And he's like, no, add more pressure. I need this. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like you just came back from a broken leg, and it gets like, I need this to show these scouts that I can still play. Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
That's dedication.
Okay, sir.
That's-
Okay, sir. How long off for the broken leg were you?
Not that long.
Yeah, not too long.
Listen,
Not too long.
my shit still ain't healed. I don't know if that's because I'm old now or what it is.
Stop calling
It gets
yourself
harder when you get old.
I'm just being 100.
It gets
I mean,
harder when you get old, man.
I got my whole
I'm just
leg
saying.
blown off with a shotgun. That
Listen,
healed. Now
I
I
will
broke
be-
it and it's not healing. Like, just a little snap.
You
little
gotta start
Won't
Oh,
heal,
just a
though.
little snap right there. Okay.
Won't heal. But a
Oh,
whole
man.
shotgun blast.
Yeah.
We'll get over that.
Damn.
Damn.
That has to
Shotgun
be
blast.
the age. What else
Yeah.
could that be other than age?
I don't know.
You are old.
My bad.
Hey!
You said this second story.
I'm the oldest one here. It's not fair. Fuck you.
It's all right, but
First
you
time
look
on
great.
Netflix, you say?
Thanks. And I
She
feel
does,
good.
doesn't she?
I can
Doesn't
like do
she?
a cartwheel. I think I'm in pretty good shape. I don't know if I could do it
I don't
now.
know if
I
she's
think-
wrong. We'll,
I think
we'll
you
let her
could pull
go.
a cartwheel
I could
off.
definitely do
I
like a
think she could,
tripod
too.
situation.
Tripod.
I could. Like that's hard to do. Like that's hard.
What's the
Like you like the thing on your head when you put your like knees on your elbows.
Oh, like yoga, like
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. all
yeah,
right.
okay.
In elementary school, it was called a tripod.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know. In Buffalo, it was.
yeah.
don't
And
know.
beefalo must speak a different language.
They do. But I thought of something amongst the things that we were just talking about and why Columbus is also home. This is strange, though, but years before Shara
So wait.
even met Michael. What?
Fuck Columbus or
No, I
Columbus is
love
home?
Columbus. I love Columbus.
Oh no, it's fuck
but because
Ohio.
of the, fuck Ohio for the weed.
Fuck Ohio.
Yeah.
She's not wrong.
No, yeah, I'm with her. I
know.
repeated.
One love.
I'm sorry.
Weed for life. I will always, forever, and always smoke cannabis. We will later. Anyway, no, but one of my other really good friends, Jill, moved here and like so long ago. It was like way before you met Shar.
I
And
don't know that it was way
it wasn't
before I
way
met
before,
her.
but it was at least 3 or 4 years before I started
Moved to
coming
Columbus?
here. Yeah, so she moved to Columbus.
Jill has been here for a while.
Yeah, Jill's lived
I've
here
met
for a
Jill
minute, like
at
15
least half a
years.
dozen times.
Yes. Jill, shout out to Jill.
You
She works at
actually,
Little
you
Palace
actually
in
would
the
be a
Short North.
good.
See you, Jill.
You would. I think you would like Jill.
She's great. Jill is wonderful. She's married though.
She is
Anyway,
now. She
yeah,
wasn't.
She wasn't for a long
when
time.
I moved
But
here.
she moved here. She moved here.
Shout out to you.
She went to a Comic-Con convention here, and she called me up.
What year? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, what year was that? Okay, let me think. 2000. I got back from Italy. She called me. It was maybe 2005
Oh, okay. Never mind.
ish. And then she
Need to
called
step my
me and
travel game
said,
up.
I'm not coming home. And I'm like, what?
Gee.
She's like, I'm not coming back to Buffalo. She's like, I'm coming back to get my stuff, and I'm coming back to Columbus because I met a guy. So she stayed here, and then I would come
Is that
visit.
the guy she's married to?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, of course
I probably
it's
shouldn't
not.
have asked that question. And you probably shouldn't have answered it either.
Why not? I love her husband. Jake is great, and I've always gotten along.
Right, without Guillermo from Italy, Jake would have never even been a thing.
What's Guillermo from Italy? No, I was in Italy. I got back from Italy.
Oh.
Jill moved. I was thinking of the year that happened. I was like, wait, timeline. I can't remember.
You can't tell stories and I can't follow them, clearly. I don't know what's going on.
Do fools agree?
Cheers, motherfucker.
I know how this rolls.
Air boys.
Man, I know. This is great. I should be here every week.
You should.
But that
Melissa would be a great guest
when I
every week.
first drove to Columbus, Jill lived on campus, but just in like a house, like a
Right,
rented
right.
apartment. She wasn't going to college or anything. And I got off the thruway and was driving around the city, and it made me think of Buffalo. So Buffalo, the downtown area,
It's
is
not-
a very similar.
Yeah, it's not too.
It's not far off as
But
far
y'all
as
got
like
them little things
geography,
in the middle,
landscape,
don't you?
the architecture. There's so many things here that are reminiscent to me of Buffalo.
Yeah,
that
that-
it made me feel like I was already. It was like, was I here
I
once
saw
before?
similarities when I was there. In Buffalo, I mean.
Sure,
I saw similarities.
but then I've come back every year. Like I've been here. I've been to Columbus every year for at least 10, 15 years, like a long time. At least 12. I missed 1 year, but
So you're an honorary
very-
Buckeye, because
I-
Lord knows you don't
I
have
make
a team.
peanut butter Buckeyes.
You don't have a team in Buffalo to...
But they are infused. Yep. I have I do that on the side. I love
Well,
I love
no,
baking.
you know, let me not say that. Honestly,
What?
they're not.
You don't.
I was gonna say.
What's that? What are you saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There was some little
No, I was gonna say she could have a team, but oh Jesus,
A what?
it's in the MAC conference, so no.
Oh, you're talking about
Buffalo.
Buff
Okay.
State. You're
Okay.
talking about
They
State.
were actually
Oh.
decent. They actually had a
Oh.
winning
Okay.
record
Okay.
and
I
went
was-
to a bowl game
Um,
a few
That's
years
where I
back.
went to
but
a few
college.
years back, you're
Is
not
it-
wrong.
Yeah, I got my
compared to
degree.
the Big Ten, they are not shit.
Right,
MAC's
right,
not
right.
shit.
Yeah.
So
No.
Just scrap that whole
Yeah,
thing.
no,
But that's where-
I understand what you're saying,
Okay,
though.
I would like to be.
What other college team do you root for? Like, is it like that prevalent in New York? You have so many of them.
College teams in Western New York
So
are not
drunk.
that prevalent.
I love
They're
you.
not that prevalent. They're not.
No,
I mean,
it's
what
really.
about
I'm
what,
not
you
a
said
bit.
West?
I don't follow a lot. Like I'm
No.
like Team Sabres, Team
I was
Bills,
like,
and that's
Syracuse
it.
basketball?
What's Team
No?
Sabres? Oh, the hockey.
Like I said-
Buffalo hockey.
Who? What?
Blue Jackets. What are you
Western
talking about?
Buffalo.
I know.
No.
Western, okay.
no.
Also
Western
came-
New York,
did I see a
not
game
that big
here?
a deal.
No.
I don't remember now. I thought I did. I don't remember.
Blue Jackets.
I thought I did see a game.
Gang,
there.
gang.
Yeah, but I love the short north here. That's one of my favorite areas of the city.
That's what Eliza said tonight. Eliza Schlesinger.
Yes, Schlesinger.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think I
Eliza
can.
Schlesinger.
I call her-
I can't say it right either.
I call her
Schlesinger.
Schlescher.
We love you,
Elijah
Eliza.
Schlesch.
I didn't see you, but I heard you're great.
Schleshers.
But I
The
love
short north,
the
though.
short north.
What about?
I used to walk it before it got big and public when I first came to visit with Jill when she lived here. So to me, it was just a very
Vibrant.
no, at that time, maybe vibrant, but just like unique. You could kind of veer off the path and be in like a little spot that was just beautiful.
Listen, now
To
that you could. Now that I will say. Short North
that
is
was
the
like 12
one
years
spot
ago.
in Columbus, Ohio. You said it perfect. Where you could step off of the main street and instead of getting robbed, you find
Yes.
something even more
I totally
interesting.
did every time
Now
I was
that
here.
you will find in the Short North. I will give you that.
And I would
That
stop at
made-
little shops or like get
Right.
little treats of like
And they stay
like,
open late too. Like,
And I liked that.
yeah.
I do enjoy the ice cream shops here. Shout out to Columbus, like Jenny's, Graders. They're fucking great. Not even
You're
anything.
not wrong.
And not anything can
Oh, they don't
compare
have
to
those where you're at?
No.
I've had Graders.
That's
I've never
like a
had
thing.
Jenny's. I
That's
don't
like
know
a
Well, Graders was on our way to.
that's like a Columbus thing, or maybe it's an Ohio
yeah, right.
thing because I don't know how far
Right.
we-
Nope.
When-
Right.
Jenny's and
when we
Graders
used
go, but
to
they're-
walk
the
to
ice
the
cream in Buffalo is
library.
delicious, but
Yeah.
it does not taste like that. Mm-mm.
Wait, what's delicious but doesn't taste?
Jenny's and Graders, by far my favorite. Like,
Which one out of the two?
I can't pick.
Oh, you don't know?
Mm-mm. But I don't even eat ice cream anymore. So
Because I've never had Jenny's before, but I've had Graders. Now I see
Well,
my
you
little
definitely-
brother
you definitely have
usually
Graders.
comes home
yeah,
with Jenny's all the
Graders.
time.
They're
Seems
both
like it's a
good,
new.
but a little Jenny's has got a little pretentious. I love Jenny's.
What's
but
pretentious mean? Like
a little too like thinking they're too good for
Okay.
Bougie.
I'm not
Bougie.
gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell
Oh,
you
his
what I.
Mike.
Thought.
Fix the mic. Mike, fix
Oh
the
no,
mic.
I was actually
Oh,
trying to,
I
trying
thought-
to sit back.
Cool.
And
I
relax,
thought you were
but,
like, oh no, this shit just
it
fell on me.
Leaned over. The weight was too much on the two front.
Got it. See, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. You guys know what you're doing.
Listen, he knows more than I do. Cause
I know.
I'd have took it
You
out and
know,
been like, so
I know
for the
nothing.
rest of the show, I'm idle. But
I don't think you're idle at all. I don't know about that. I know what that means.
I might not. Might have used it in.
What are you looking at there? You checking all that shit, manager?
I was
All right.
I was
See,
trying
you're
to
on
get
it.
this shit.
You sound like you're
going
slurring your
on.
words, but you're on it.
No, no slurring words. I'm trying to get the camera to do what I wanted to do.
Well,
Listen, did
This
you
whole time
sneak a
that we
drink
got this going, I keep
downstairs and
thinking
I
that,
didn't get one? Is that what
Keep
happened?
That's
getting
what
a
happened.
controller in his
I
hand
knew
with the laptop.
I
Like,
knew that was what.
are you playing a video game right now? What are you doing
it
over
looks like
there?
he is. It totally looks like he is zoned out.
No,
the
I'm
game.
trying.
He's lying to us.
I hate all of you.
That's what happened. I know that's
I
what
used to
happened.
be
When the
able to
whiskey
get
goes down.
all three of us on the camera
And
at the same
Mike's
time,
drunk.
and this shit is not happening.
Did you
right
forget
now.
the letter?
So wait, did you
No.
graduate with him?
He was
It's
a year
not that I
before.
thought
Okay.
the letter. No.
I will say one thing I did hate about Mike. We had Latin class together.
What did you have
Yeah,
together?
we did. It was Latin class. This son of a
Latin.
bitch has a photographic memory.
Oh.
So he
Ooh.
can like
That's
just
impressive.
look at the shit 10 minutes before the fucking like little pop quiz we had
He's
every
not
fucking
wrong.
day and remember the shit. Where I had to
That's-
like sit there every night and like really study it.
Yes.
I'm like, you son of a bitch. I hate you.
That's a trait of mine that I had.
You have photographic memory?
That's why
He
I
said
never went
had,
to class.
so.
Oh, I still.
Oh.
I guess I still do. I just
I don't know if I
care about
believe you.
things anymore.
So you're like
Oh.
a lazy genius?
Look at that face.
Damn near.
Oh, man.
I mean,
you
no,
son
I
of a
wouldn't.
bitch.
I'm just saying. I'm not going to class. Period. Like I'm just not going now. When the final or the midterm, I'll attend those because they're too impactful that I
But
can't
then do you
pass.
pass?
And you scored damn near
Yeah.
perfect. Like,
See, that's
100.
where I falter. I
Didn't know, not 100. I did get a 96 on my history final,
Oh,
and
did
history
you?
was my worst subject.
I like flake during like
But-
stress, like SATs, tests, like finals. I'd be like,
I think
Oh,
my
I was,
thing,
I was,
the
yeah, I
fuck
was
out.
freaking. I freaked
but
the
I
fuck
always
out.
got straight A's. So, and then I passed the exams, but not as high as I would like. Fuck, who
See, I
the
think-
fuck cares? Does school even fucking matter?
mine is like a
It doesn't. And I got my.
fools agree on that.
Yes, they do. Fools do
Listen,
agree.
clink,
Clink.
motherfuckers.
Clink.
I got a master's degree in education. I have 2 degrees, bachelor's
Fool.
and a master's degree in education, and I am like, yeah,
How's
fuck
that
you.
working for you?
I
I'm just-
know.
I'm just saying.
Now I know.
I'm just stating the facts.
I know. Now I
Fool.
know.
Don't
but-
follow your friends.
You know, okay, piggyback there.
Could be
See,
just as bad as drugs sometimes. Don't do it.
right? It's true. Because now you think, what? 18's a baby. You don't even know what the fuck you're
Right.
doing. You think you know what you're doing, but
Right.
you don't know what you're doing. So you think, oh, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try this. I'm glad I have that background now and that experience. But then teaching and being in the field, it was...
Do I look like somebody that knows what he's doing?
I just think, yeah, right? Like, maybe you do. Do we, nobody knows what they're doing until you do.
Day by day. I'm
Right?
a day by day guy.
Day by day, we get better and better.
So why are we
oh,
pushed
man.
by
Almost.
you, that, like, societal, like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. So, like, being a mom now, I'm like, oh, like, why?
Listen.
Why?
Listen.
Because
You're
the
not wrong.
society
Listen.
says so. But my kid needs to be like,
You
whooped.
are.
No comment.
Listen, I'm not, and I'm not gonna say that
No, Michael, like, I think it is beyond, you know?
I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't either. I'm not. I don't give a fuck what.
I
listen,
think
let me tell
by-
you something.
Go ahead.
I don't care about what anybody. Let's first of all, when it comes to your kids, I don't feel that anybody should have a say
I
unless
know.
you've proved not to be an adequate parent.
Yeah, well, people try and push and say things.
Right, and they're gonna. But
Yeah,
the bottom
man.
line is, these are my genes.
Right.
I remember what it was like to be that age, and I remember the mistakes that I made. I'm just trying to provide for my child something that I didn't have as
Yes.
a child. So, if that means
Hence,
that
this
you may
weekend.
need physical discipline
Oh,
from
yeah.
time to time, you may need your ass whooped. Period.
Right.
Right.
You just
You're
may
not
need
wrong.
your ass whooped.
He-
And this is
yeah.
coming from somebody that my daughter's 9.
9? She's fucking 9
She's
now?
9.
Damn.
I've never whooped her ass. I've wanted to.
I'm sure.
Like, oh, you
We all
need your
want to.
ass whooped.
Let me.
But
Can I
she's
ask you a
probably
question?
got patted probably
wait.
2-3
Tony
times in
has
life.
a
Well,
question.
Never got a
What you-
whooping
what you
like
say?
I received whoop. Like,
Oh.
I remember
I know you used to get your ass.
high heel shoes and I remember getting
Oh, shit.
beat. Like,
That sucks.
but I deserved it.
Oh.
Damn,
You
got,
did.
I
I'm
got
not
two
one of those
questions now.
kids that will
You
say,
did. You
Okay.
did.
no, I
You
get
were
it.
like-
I'm one of those kids that if I was the parent, I'd hit you with the closest thing to me. So I understand shoes and shit like that. I get it.
Shit.
I get
Okay,
it.
he had a question.
All right, my first question is: do you feel like she's daddy's little girl still, or
Definitely.
yeah?
Mhm.
Okay,
Aw.
so you feel like you won't really discipline or touch her, like not touch her, but like spank her, like if she.
Oh, listen, what she has to understand is you have the right father. So you can fuck up if you'd like, but I'll fuck you and your boyfriend up. Like that's the kind of
Listen.
father
So you have
got.
spanked her then?
Yeah, not like I said, like it's never been like a whooping with a belt type situation like I've received. But yeah, I'm gonna pick you up by your arm and pat
Yeah,
your butt
Okay.
Yeah.
a couple times.
All right.
Yeah, she's gotten that.
I asked that question because my brother, I have a 5-year-old nephew.
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't want to touch him or spank him whatsoever. I'm just like, bro, like you
got to.
He's running you and my sister-in-law.
Right, depending on the child, you have to.
Yeah.
But I also
wait. Are we talking about Robert?
Yeah.
I also came from a family that you're stupid. I want to acknowledge
that.
Leave my G alone. First of all,
let me say.
Because
so my sister-in-law.
Pause.
No,
because first of all, none of you know Robert. Like,
we're not talking about Robert.
Oh, the kid. Yeah, the kid.
All right, so my brother, he
or your brother. Yeah, who do we not know?
He's a pretty quiet, reserved, conservative person.
Hey, sorry.
I thought that was clear. I said, y'all don't know Robert. Robert was in my class at St. Charles.
Let's Reggie, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you have to say because I want to listen.
Oh, okay.
Fuck all y'all.
Okay.
I would say my brother Robert, he is a very quiet, reserved person.
That was clear. My brother Robert.
Yeah, he understands. He knows the fact that my nephew needs of course, every kid needs discipline, but
everyone.
Yeah,
depends on what kind for each. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he's trying to have a different approach. He'd love to use this is discipline as far as spanking.
Use
whatever
your words.
He wants to use his words for right now, so he's getting to his boiling point.
Oh, is
he? At 5 years old, yeah. And my sister-in-law.
Listen,
my sister-in-law, she's already there. She's patted him a couple times, but
he's like, no, honey, hold off on that until.
Yes, exactly.
Shut up before I get you next.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, this is what I will say. And I don't want to judge anybody's parenting skills. I'm a little different, but I feel like if it gets to that point, you've already let it go too far.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
With my daughter, because don't get me wrong, she is me, so she will try you if you allow her to. If she knows that you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
It took one time, just one time and it wasn't even. I don't even think it was like a situation where I had to pat her or anything. It took one time for me to let her know. You don't run shit. Mm-hmm. And then from then on, it was just a look. I could just shoot her a look. Are we doing this? Is this what we're doing?
That's where I'm at, I think.
And then she's like, almost cried.
I have one son who is sleeping downstairs, and he is 8. And he, after he turned 8, just turned into this sassy motherfucker.
And you just pop him one time, mop! And then look at him.
And he's all been, listen, Mike knows him.
Yeah,
Mike's known him since he was a toddler. And he is manipulative. He is the epitome of his father and my sister, which I'm single mom. I'm not with his dad. He doesn't have a dad. If he had Mike in his life, he would not be the kid he is.
No, he wouldn't. He would just be better at it.
Yo. See, that's what scares me.
So you don't necessarily.
So I've never hit him, never done that, but I've kind of no, that's not okay.
Right.
And then I've yelled, but. Right. That goes against every grain in my body to be that way but I get it because you have to have that. You got to know when the fuck to step out. You can't step out of line. I'm your mother. I'll always love you, but someone might pop you in the fucking face, and he doesn't get that. He doesn't get it. You don't even understand. But he's an only child. He is around only adults.
Right.
He doesn't have And I will I think, say it on camera. I think it does matter to have a strong male influence. It does matter. I love my father, but I didn't have that.
Right.
I think it makes a difference.
It does.
And props to all the dads because that.
It does.
And the good dads. And, even if they're not that great, but
we appreciate it.
The
trying fathers.
I will say
we're
that
trying.
As long as I've known Mike, and I don't call him Reggie, but Mike, I see these strengths that Andrew will have because of him. And it crushes me that my child will have a different way, and that's not that it's bad or good, but it's different. And I have to kind of be both, which is tough, but it is so valuable. But there needs to be I can be whatever, but
I think, but let me, if I can interject.
Please.
And this isn't to take anything away from Andrew either, but let's be honest, there's a divine order to things. And the fact that you may not have both parents in home may be the strength that drives you. You know what I mean? Like you don't notice what you don't have until you don't have it.
Right.
So for kids that have things like
yes.
that,
Really good point.
you're not understanding that it could be
exactly.
different.
I know.
So when you have a kid like that and you do come into a situation, where it's better, they're more appreciative. They're more receptive of that. Like, oh, okay, shit gets down low and it goes back high. But when you have a situation where both parents are together, you don't recognize the lows. So when you're by yourself and you're going through the lows, it's like, well, where are my parents at? No, sir. No, sir. Now it's you.
Right.
So in that sense, you can't dwell on what's not being given or what he doesn't have, because that may be the very thing.
And I just have to
provide strength.
Right.
Because to be honest, I mean, my father wasn't an absentee by any means. He wasn't there as much as he should have been. Mm-hmm. But I feel like my mother was a part of that too in some cases. But at the same time, I feel like that specific thing there is the only reason why I treat my daughter the way I treat her. Because I'm not an affectionate person. Not an emotional person. I don't get all lovey but
oh damn, you should.
I don't know it.
Well, you're wrong. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
I don't know it.
I mean, if it's not in your
now
character,
with my daughter,
I know,
of course.
I know.
Yeah. With my daughter, of course, and don't get me wrong, I've had some relationships with some women that it's like I can't keep my hands off of. Yeah, I feel that way.
What you mean.
I don't know what that is, but as far as even in those situations where I meet a woman I can't keep my hands off of, I still feel like, okay, get away. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, I shouldn't have laughed at that,
away.
but that was not like I didn't mean to laugh.
No, I mean, but that's honest though. Like, I love you to death, but I need me. I need my own. Leave me, please, for a minute. Let me get my shit together. That's how. I'm a die by myself dog. Like when I feel like I get sick, let me run away by myself, away from everyone, and be me. That's how I am. But I don't know if I like telling you how I am.
Whatever, man.
You're reading into it like a guidance counselor.
I don't mean to, but I'm empathic, so I feel what people feel.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying
I care.
I'm
like
looking at you
so much, I guess. So that's why I don't know. I need some weed. Calm the down. No, this whiskey's been great though. I think you'll be very pleased to see. I brought some stuff that I was like, I think he'll like this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
maybe not, but
no doubt.
I'm just playing. You know what's funny is
what's funny?
It's actually not funny at all. I'm kind of frustrated with myself. Is that I meant to bring something myself and I forgot about it. Rushing out the door.
No.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, he was on your ass. Like, when you pick up your phone? Listen, I heard him on the phone.
When he said, "I'm hoping we can go on at 9:30," and I'm looking at my clock. Like, is that right? Like, does it say 9:11? Like, what the? How am I gonna get there and get up? I'm in my drawers in my bed right now. I gotta get up, get dressed, and get to your house in 20 minutes.
Fuck you.
What time do you normally start this earlier? Like, I thought you didn't start till like 10 o'clock. Maybe
no,
9:15 is our usual start time.
Whoops.
The Shars usually playing soccer. You said Resolute or somewhere else?
Yes, you're not wrong. Resolute.
Okay, I used to play with a team at Resolute.
I'm sure you did.
At the gym or something?
No, it's right next to the Chiller, behind Easton.
Yes.
There's a soccer, but they do all types of shit there.
Right.
I've been there.
They have soccer fields there, and
like that spot on 161.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? What's that spot?
The Continent. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Back in the day, that's where she used to play.
Oh, really? That was right next door to my old apartment.
Yeah.
You remember I used to live out there? That was like right next door to my old apartment.
When she used to play the Continent, I used to come in, come see you. Look. I
enjoy this though. I'm so happy because it's usually me. But tonight it's you, sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jesus, for letting me see this day.
No doubt.
He texted me. I wish I could show everybody. Matter of fact, I might.
Well, do it.
He texted me and he said, listen, do not get too fucked up or do not pass out before this late podcast.
He told me that.
Wait.
And
Reggie said this?
Yes.
Yes, of course I did.
And I sent a message back to him, and I
He
said,
said-
I
he
say
said,
this to myself every
Every
Friday.
night.
Sir. Every Friday I get off work. Do you want to know
Yes.
when I get home from work, what I do is I go in the house, I drop off all the things that
Let's go.
need to be dropped
just
off,
like-
such as bill money, money out the ATM, whatever the case may be. I grab a beer out of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I head over to my neighbor's house. That's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
By the time my key hits the
good.
keyhole, I have a beer in my hand
I'm
within
sure you do.
75 seconds
I'm sure
on a
you
Friday
do.
evening.
You know
So-
what? Honestly, that sounds like a dope ass fucking night after a fucking long ass work week
Listen.
on a Friday
The
motherfucking
first
night.
thing I do, grab a beer, head to my neighbor's house. That's it.
Damn. That sounds dope as fuck.
So I'm consuming a beer literally within 3 minutes of me unlocking the door to my house. So
Right.
on a Friday when he says don't get fucked up or pass out, I think those are pretty reasonable requests that he's
I
You
think
have
that's-
responsibilities at this podcast.
Right.
You're half of it, so
now that's responsibility.
that is.
When I don't have to wake up in the morning
Have
and
you
I
ever-
hold off of drinking and partying to attend a podcast.
Just also to interject that I did get a text from my sister that she would like to maybe go to bed soon. So
Okay.
maybe
I mean, we're
Do
probably
we have to
about
keep it
ready.
down now, or
I
Well,
mean, that's probably
maybe,
about
like,
time to.
listen to
start
you. You are
shutting it
slurring
down.
your words and you look a mess.
You're not wrong.
I'm not fool. Fools agree. Fools agree.
Damn, I really don't want to stop the podcast either.
I don't
Damn it.
either.
I'm having a blast.
Five more
Great
minutes.
ass.
5 more minutes.
I still love you,
Fools
sir.
do agree.
Fools
Like, come
do
on,
agree.
man.
This is probably the best one yet.
Come
You're
on.
probably not wrong. You're probably not wrong.
We clinking on this? What we
Oh
doing?
shit! Should Tony come and join us more often?
What?
I feel
Listen,
like
whatever.
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay. Let's make this happen.
Oh my god.
First
And
of
like
all,
get
fuck
a blow
you,
up. Can
Tony.
you get some sort of like fake Melissa and like have it in the corner or something?
Oh yeah, no, we got
Not
that.
wrong. Not wrong. Not wrong.
I'll get a blow up cut out of myself. Or
Wait, are you going to be here next weekend?
no, I live in
God,
Buffalo.
I know you do. I figured
I
you did.
gotta leave on Sunday. I came
Leave
into
on
town.
Sunday,
I'm
okay.
going to a concert tomorrow night. I'm taking
Where? To who?
to the Newport Music
New
Hall.
Kids on the Block.
No, Newport Music Hall down in the Short North. I think it's Short North, downtown somewhere. Newport Music Hall, and
In
then
Columbus?
yes, and it's the Revivalists. It's one of my favorite bands in the whole wide world.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like some religious shit or something.
No,
That's what you made it sound like.
I
honestly. You
know
did
it kind of
distract
maybe
me.
it sounds like that, but
Yeah.
no, it's a
probably
band
shouldn't have said it
that's
like that, I'm
fucking
sorry.
awesome, and
Not
they kill
religious
it. They're
shit,
like a rock
but-
band. They're fucking great.
Okay.
And I'm actually seeing them on Monday in Buffalo at an Unplugged pop up. Like I won tickets for it, and
And
they're
then
like
you're
one of
going
my
to
favorite
Columbus
bands.
to-
Yeah, I bought these tickets like 3 months ago. They're a great band, but
I almost said something inappropriate on the
You
podcast.
should.
Plus, they should hook up with the lead singer.
he's
See him
married.
twice.
I've seen him like 6 times. I
I'm
love
saying you'll see him twice within a week.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And
So,
I might get to have a meet and greet with them because I made friends with like these DJs at the radio station, and we gave them the hot sauce. And
loved it.
we're probably gonna make like wing sauce infused gummies just for the fun of it because they were like they thought the gummies we sent, the CBD gummies, were like wing flavored because they were orange. And we're like, no, dude, but that's a really good challenge. We should do that.
All right. First
And
of all,
then-
that is great advertising.
I don't mean to. Like, it's great that I just love and have a passion for what I do because I think it's natural
We may
advertising.
need you, sweetheart.
And I don't even know what you said, but you had a good look on your face.
We may need
So,
you, sweetheart.
okay.
Yeah, so that marketing you got for buffalo or bison.
But it's just this passion
Yeah.
for what I do, and I love it. I get to go to work every
Well, we're
day
gonna
and
need
work
you
with
to
my
develop
friends.
a
I did have a
passion.
job with Shar
I
once
didn't even
in my life.
finish all.
But you didn't even do any of your questions about
before we
CBD.
finish,
No, okay, 5
we're gonna
minutes.
go through them quick. We're
Five
gonna
minutes.
speed through them.
Speed.
My bad.
No.
popular.
Oh, wait,
I'm sorry.
Don't
Wait,
cut
wait.
off Tony.
No, yeah, what were
Oh,
we saying?
I was
He's
gonna
gonna be
say,
a regular on this show.
Let
So
me know if you need a new logo design. Akon sketches for you
hey,
on Instagram.
don't
Listen, I'm
even
not
knock
mad at
Sean.
With the website coming soon.
Sean, that was a good
I'm
plug.
not mad at him.
Sean's our in-house designer, and he's amazing. And those were just the first run stickers, but you could look at like what we're doing. I mean,
Okay.
he's
You
not
could
gonna.
kill a buffalo CBD.
He's
hot
not-
sauce
I mean,
logo.
listen,
that could get murdered.
You
real
should
quick.
see, like, he's done a bunch. We've done a few private labels for other companies, and we make their CBD products as well.
Right.
So their logos he's designed as well, and he's awesome. And
What was your in-house designer's name?
Sean Connors.
Sean Connors. I do not mean to shit on you. You
Yeah,
are
man.
great. I'm
I know. I
No,
can't
no,
wait
no, I
for
don't
them
think
to
it was
watch.
a
I'm gonna
shit.
put this on at work and play this on YouTube, and we're gonna all watch it.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
be
it was a
fucking
shit. I
on
just think it was
Yeah, man.
pretty
No,
swiftly
I get to
done.
go. So Cliff, I get to go to work every day, which is not really, I guess it's work, but it is work. I work my ass off, but I fucking love it. I get to hang out with my best friend, one of my best friends,
That's a
because I
good
say that
thing.
there's like a core 5 of like best friends, but he's one of my best friends, and have got to see everything that his ideas have come up like and flourish and become like the community. Oh, that's the CBD place. Like that's where we go. And what he created is abundant, and I get to go to work and work with cannabis every fucking day. It's wild and
Right.
crazy. And weed's about to be legal in New York in about a couple weeks. Maybe I'm
Listen,
wrong.
let
If
this
they change,
coronavirus keep fucking up the economy, it's gonna be legal across the country in a few
Yeah.
weeks.
I
That's
mean,
what
So
I'm
far,
I don't
hopefully
know
it's
if it can-
contained in North Carolina. Hopefully.
right? I don't know if
We'll
it
But did
can.
you know that they explained it? It's the same people that are dying from it are the same percentage as the flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
who gives a fuck?
I know it's like so
So the
swine
weak die
flu.
off. Darwinism.
You
Oh
know,
well, we'll get over
It's
it.
all those little like mass hysteria. Blah.
Right.
Maybe I don't know.
It's the same people dying as the people who
Is it-
die from the flu
I
each
don't
year.
Right.
So why is everybody acting like if I catch it, I'm dead? No, you
Yeah.
tough it out for 14 days. If you live, great news. If not, oh well.
Ugh. You weren't supposed to make it. That sucks.
Really though, I mean that's didn't we
Don't
talk
make
about
that
the
so I
divine
gotta
order
piss.
of things?
Oh shit. Okay, so ask your questions because we gotta
Okay,
wrap
we're
it up,
pitching,
man.
I'm pitching fastballs here, so
All right,
we're gonna go
all
through them
right,
quick.
all right, I'm gonna
So because
rapid
we're gonna
answer.
go through them
Family
quick,
Feud style.
right. I'm gonna
Hashtag
add in
Canna House.
some about your
should
business,
check that out,
some
too.
not
Okay,
about your
okay,
business. So
okay.
I want you to be prepared.
Okay.
First and foremost, what's the most popular product that you carry?
I would say the salve, the topical.
The salve.
Yep.
Price of product.
$15, $45, and $130, but that is going for 100 milligrams, 400 milligrams, and 12 to 1600 milligrams.
okay.
In a topical.
Purposes of said product.
That would be for
I'm sorry, am I outside of the?
I don't
No,
know.
You're good.
So, as he hiccups,
Leave my guy alone.
I love him.
I know you
I
do.
love him.
Prefer leave him alone.
Okay. That
You
would
better
be
come back next week,
said.
it's gonna
I
be me.
can't come back next week.
It's
Said
gonna be me
product
next week.
would be for any type of spot treatment target area where it is painful, inflamed, itchy. It's like psoriasis, eczema, headachy.
Both of
Like I
those.
slept on my neck wrong. It's great massage. Like
Icy
it's
hot
nice.
ish.
Yes.
All that,
But it smells
okay.
great. You're going to get to smell it downstairs and you're going to love it. And I used it on Shar because she was having some pain and I hope it helped her. But
Okay. Okay. Second question.
yeah, I think it was a third, but
Oh, was it? Yeah, because we
I don't
had
know.
it. You're on it today. Okay.
I was a
So
teacher.
let's
I pay
ask you
attention
a fun one.
sometimes.
Is it us or is it you?
me,
It's you.
I don't know.
Are you sure?
You,
It's us.
I don't know. Probably everyone.
Men. Or is it women? When I say you, I don't mean you specifically. I mean you all. Is it us or is it
so
you?
confusing. I will go with men
Okay.
on that one.
Okay, and I'm not gonna argue. I'm
Wait,
gonna say
I don't
we're
even
the
know
simpler.
I don't even know what he's asking.
We're the simpler of the two.
Was this related to CBD or not? Because I don't even.
No,
know.
not at all.
I didn't think so, but I'm like, I don't even know what you're asking anymore.
No, not at all.
Okay, is it us? Or
Like
is
you
it
know how like when people break up with you, they're like, it's not you, it's me, or it's not me, it's you. Is it us or is it you? What is it?
Oh, you.
It's us as men. It's us. Second question
both.
is, are you
Both.
sure?
Both for sure.
Are you sure? Is the second question.
Both.
Both. Okay. That
Both.
that was actually the question.
100%.
That was actually the answer I was looking
Fools
for.
agree on that.
Listen, clink, clink action.
Yeah. The fucking hiccups. I love
I'm
you.
not gonna keep you out. Pick up your empty mug, Mr.
Definitely
Hiccups
both.
McGee.
Fuck women and fuck men, but also I love men and
Okay. Now, what's
that
your?
might have been a good way to
what's-
end it.
You were right. Damn near.
Right?
Fuck it. Fuck it. No, I got another
Oh,
one. Let's
okay.
Product.
He's got another one.
Marketing. What's your? This is the most important.
What Melissa
What's
says?
your favorite product that you carry?
Oh.
Not the best, not the most popular. What's your?
Okay, my favorite.
product?
The tincture, the sublingual oil. That is my favorite.
Is that under the tongue?
Yes.
Okay.
That is my favorite.
Do you carry oils that you can vape as well?
No, because New York sucks and they banned a flavored vape situation happening.
Really?
So I don't know how vape shops get away with it, but we, as a company, we are trying to be as, I don't know, forthcoming, compliant. There's no regulations for anything.
Right.
It's all gray area. But we're not stupid, and we want to make sure that we are, you know, dotting the I's,
Right.
crossing the T's, checking everything
And
like
still
a
taking
million,
care of the
3
people
times
that-
before we're like, you know, measure 3 times before you cut, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And making policies where there aren't any, so that we're double checking stuff. The hemp's compliant, our products are
Right,
compliant,
right.
everything is good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Menstruation, how do you feel about it?
How do you even answer that? What do you mean?
It's up to you.
Fuck that.
I
I
and I'll
hate it.
accept it. I'll
I
accept that as
hate
an answer.
it.
I'll accept it.
Yeah.
And was it Eve's fault? Was it just a natural?
You know,
Way
that
of
goes
the-
deeper into like another podcast.
Well, clearly you don't listen to the podcast because that's where I go.
Well, I didn't.
These questions mean something.
Shit.
Gotta
Well-
answer that now.
It's all right.
Is it her fault?
Are you mad at her?
I don't even know if I believe she
I
was
feel
there.
like fuck Adam.
Fuck at.
Fuck Adam.
I don't even know if those stories. I don't know if I
they're
subscribe
real.
to those.
You know,
because they're all stories.
listen,
but
I'm-
what is your story and what do you believe? That's a deeper. That's a
I think I'm more
bigger-
with you.
Like it's bigger than that.
That's a
So
question answer I'm looking for.
there was something I did see where it said that how would she know what sin is if she never had seen it before?
But it doesn't matter if I haven't seen it before. If somebody told me,
But how
you
do
can
we
have
know?
this, just
hey,
not this.
how do we know that? Like, okay, I'm not Eve, but like I'm Eve,
Right.
and you're Adam, and someone's talking about us in fucking 5,000 years,
Right.
and we don't know. How
Right.
the fuck do I know that? I don't know that because I wasn't there.
But all you can go off is if somebody told me.
So somebody told me that's the way it's supposed to be.
I can have all of this except
Let's
for
go
this.
smoke some weed. Somebody told
And
me,
if
and
I
that's
was
the
the
way it's supposed to
asshole,
be.
I was like, well, sure, but I want this here. I guess that means you
Plus,
bleed
my sister wants to
for
go
the
to
rest
bed,
of your
so.
life. And everybody that looks like you bleeds for the rest of the... I don't know. That's why I asked you about it. I figured you knew more than I did. I'm just a fool.
I mean, it ain't fun. Like, I don't have an opinion about
And
it.
then
but-
why is it...
But then it's also like,
why does it start with men, too?
I
Like,
don't
why
know.
does men have to be a part of your monthly regimen?
Because it's this stupid misogynistic
menstruation.
menstruation. Menstruation.
Right?
Fuck.
You know, like,
Yeah.
like
All
men
that.
are frustrated. We can't fuck. We can't, like, we have to deal with your attitude.
Oh,
we have
you
to
can
lay
say
towel.
that
We're
again.
ruining towels.
I mean, the attitude for sure. But
we're
you
ruining towels.
You can fuck. That's actually, like, not a bad thing, but it's kind of gross.
We're ruining towels, though.
I know. And some dudes aren't into it. I mean, we could keep going, man, but we can't keep going. That's what she said.
Very
Sorry.
well.
That's exactly what she said, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly what she
That's
said.
and I think she just said it. Everybody love everybody. Let's wrap it up. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks for being. I'm so happy to be
Thank
here.
you, Queen of CBD. I'm not even gonna call you by your name anymore.
Damn,
The Queen of CBD.
Next time I'll like be more presentable because I just
What?
ragged it up tonight.
Stop it.
Drinking
You're
my
like Queen of the Midwest.
Corny as fuck. ELE.
She's the
Everybody
Queen of the
love
Midwest,
everybody.
ladies and gentlemen, not the Queen of the South. She's selling legal substances. The Queen of the Midwest, Miss
Hemp every day.
Bison Botanics.
Very
Yeah.
well put.
Damn. Yes, thank you.
I call her Smelly Marie, everyone.
night.
Have a good evening. Love
Good
each
night.
other. We're starting
making it
off
work.
high.
We can get a
Yeah, I think
two fools